Hey guys, and welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor, episode number 70. I'm Gagnor, and these are my friends. We played D&D together. Hi.
Is it episode 70?
It's episode 71. Son of a bitch. I did it again. Episode 71. We just talked about this, but then I was reading the recap for episode 70.
Oh, my head is like not even in the frame, huh?
Yeah, I'm just bad at this, guys. It's okay. Anyways, last time, just jumping straight in, New Death came to the shocking realization that Cleary works for Seti's father, now known as the Dream Weaver.
I forgot I was supposed to be depressed.
What?
Gotta get in the headspace.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the headspace. Sure. Absolutely. Definitely get in that headspace. Seemingly, he has not only had knowledge of what Seti has been doing since she left the village, but apparently, through Cleary, he has been steering her in a specific direction chosen by him since the very start. Unable to cope with these realizations, Seti and the rest of the team took rest, only to be awoken in the middle of the night by the ringing of metal on metal, and a shockwave of soft, pale energy washing over them, waking pretty much the entirety of the ledge. They awakened to find that a statue was being formed in front of the ledge, but like slowly as this light washed over it, and quickly forming the exact shape and embodiment of Seti. The statue was made by Cleary, they came to discover, as a rather cringe form of apology. But it had held in its hand, which was outstretched into the distance, a hammer and a chisel belonging to Cleary's true form, which is Valhadrin, the Archfey. The person in question now nowhere to be found. The team then continued their rest and then glumly began to prepare for their excursion the next morning into the frozen cauldron. After reconvening with Glass and his rangers, New Death once again sets out into the unknown. So, as the cold greets you as the hatch opens out onto the shelf, you're all each individually packed behind a ranger on the back of these frost salamanders as they begin to take off very quickly, like significantly faster than you would have expected, out into not only the artificial sunlight, but the cold, brisk wind as the snow flurries around you. The sun just barely peeking into the sky at this point. You find yourselves setting out into the distance. You're holding on to the person in front of you. I don't remember who was on each one. I believe Glass had Seti and was it Bropsy behind him?
Yes. And I think that Seti is behind Bropsy and maybe holding on a little too tightly and just quietly sobbing into Bropsy's feathers.
Oh, I kind of picture her just like squeezing Bropsy, and I don't know why, but I picture Bropsy's eyeballs kind of going.
Bropsy, well, wait, you said your arms are wrapped around her?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She will just put her hands on your hands and like gently stroke them and hum.
So he's just like,
to speak.
You can hear like just some really snotty sniffles behind you.
Glass is just writing this thing. No one, like if there was a camera to swing around and show his face, no one would know what his reaction to this moment was, but he remains stiff as he rides in through the snow flurrying in the air. You guys will continue moving at a pace that is quite quick and quite jolting, and it takes a moment for you to get used to.
Are we behind? Are each of us riding with a ranger? Or
Correct.
Just okay.
Each of you are riding with a different ranger. Unless one of you said, hell no, I'm riding this sumbitch. Get off.
Don't know how to control a lizard yet.
Yep. Okay, great. As you guys start to ride in, you see that the flurry begins to pick up more and more, and the sun begins to no longer be visible in any direction. Darkness starts to close around you, even though morning has just come. A blizzard's starting to form. You hear Glass sort of shout out, "Hold! We might need to decide now how you want to play all this, all of you. We can either head forward through these blizzards, make the shortest time possible, or we can skirt around. These are to be common. 3 days' journey is if we ride straight. I and my men, we can handle the cold. What about you?"
What cold?
You can expect the curse to rise faster through the blizzards. But we'll save time.
I mean, time is really important, but obviously we can't die on our way there, or it's all for nothing anyway.
Didn't we acquire enough tokens to be okay?
We have like 15 apiece, right?
Yeah, you should be well overstocked to travel through.
I
Then
say
why
we
don't
do
we
it.
travel through?
Okay, well,
Two druids vote yes.
okay. So, just say that in character so you hear you in some way. You know what I'm saying? So,
Sorry, let me.
It's just snow. Let's go.
Is that better?
I agree. Let's go.
right? Fair enough then. Onwards, boys! And watch as they're like, whoop! And they start whistling, and then the salamanders and start tracing through the snow.
I'm gonna pull out my other sword and tell it to go back to a greatsword and just slip it back onto my back.
Oh, okay, nice.
Hopefully without anyone noticing, but just kind of, I figure he's busy driving.
It kind of yawns in the snow. And then you slap it on your back. It's very obviously yawns and then forms into a greatsword.
Just imagine it catching snowflakes. It's whipping tongue.
Absolutely. Absolutely happens. As you guys begin to run through the storm then, I need someone to roll a d10.
That sounds like a bathing job.
Nobody knows if Nikita's touching her nose or not.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Not even a little bit.
That's a 1.
That's a 1!
Oh,
Hey,
no.
got out of the way early.
Maybe one's
Okay.
good.
One's the easiest thing, right?
The storm begins to pummel down harder and harder as the snow continues to fall. You begin traveling for quite a bit of time. And I need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
18.
I failed.
14.
11. Am I-
Wait,
am I doing
50.
Rob's roll?
15, 14, I failed, 11. These are the things I've been hearing.
It was 18, 14, 11, I think.
Okay.
I mean, it started with a 6 from Grim. So.
Yeah, Grim rolled a 6. Grim failed.
Okay. As you guys begin making your way in, every single one of you will take a cold threat.
Am I doing a Bropsy roll?
Yes, or I can roll for Bropsy, your choice.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying to open it on my tablet.
Okay.
I downloaded the app.
Nice.
The app?
But everybody's going to take a point of cold threat.
Should just do web browser on the tablet.
Oh, that works too.
It's better than the app.
Trying to find where I was tracking my cold threat at. Oh,
I just have mine in my notes section.
mine's in my inventory for some reason.
I have a Notepad++ window with notes.
Okay.
So the snow begins to flurry around you in all directions. Did you roll, Nikita?
Not yet.
It's not working. Roll for me and then what's happen on the computer. Bully.
Feel roll. Feeling or
Sorry, it's an 8.
all right. So everybody takes a cold threat.
Even Seti's 18?
Even Seti's 18 receives a cold threat.
Wow.
So, as the cold continues to get thicker and thicker, and you feel yourself surrounded, almost panicking as you're moving through this, you can feel the cold seep into you, and you can feel that icy feeling in your soul just increasing. And as you continue forward, suddenly you notice that the flakes begin to slow down. Not in the amount that's falling, just in the rate in which they're falling. And as you continue to move forward, the lizards themselves start to slow down as Glass raises a fist. And as you all stop there in that moment, thick snow all directions, but it's not falling anymore. It's frozen in the air. You can see behind you the snow still slightly moving, but ahead of you the snow is completely still. Glass turns and looks, says, "It's a frozen downpour. We can move through this casually, but we have to move quick."
Let's go then.
He goes, "Yeah." And you guys begin moving again. And as you do, you see that this ice, the snow, you're moving past it, and it's sort of moving around you. Like the pulse of you moving, the force of your movement is enough to move it out of the way, create enough air to move it. You guys continue to move this way. Seti, with your passive perception, I will say that you notice something feels odd. More odd than the fact that the snow has stopped falling. So if you would like, you're able to make an active perception check just by that.
Yeah.
I am too
Obviously.
busy blowing snowflakes as we ride, trying to make them go horizontally. Like
They start to sort of fade away.
27.
27. Oh, the 27. You start to notice as you begin to move forward that what seems to be, at first seemed to be them stopped in one position, actually seems like they're almost moving away from you and back up. And you follow that sort of line, and you can sort of see in the distance a sort of movement towards a single point. Maybe about a mile and a half up into the left. You can sort of see through it, like everything's kind of now moving in a single direction up into the air.
But like, okay.
So it seems to be like, based on what you rolled, you're 27. You get the sense that there is a giant sphere of influence here.
Yeah.
And you've seen the epicenter.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to like point that out to Bropsy and Glass. Do you see what I'm seeing? It's like we're inside some kind of thing and it's all moving in that direction towards some kind of nexus.
Glass is still just like riding ahead, steering it. He says, "I try not to think about it."
I mean, maybe this is good, right? The blizzard stopped. We're not. This is good for us.
This is better for us.
Maybe something's trying to help us.
Perhaps. It's up to you what you want to do. I suggest we keep moving, but if you want to.
No, keep moving. I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay. So you continue moving. Does anybody else want to do anything while any of this is happening? Okay. You travel for the next hour, and you do pass sort of where this epicenter is, and you can see that slowly the snow starts pulling in that direction. More obviously, you're all noticing it now that the snow that was once frozen in air is actually pulling towards it. And towards the center, you can almost see a little light appearing now about half a mile away from you, sort of back behind you.
Guys, isn't snow supposed to fall down?
Typically, yeah.
As you guys continue riding, is there anything that anybody else would like to do before moving on?
And why is it just the snow?
It's like the guy in front of you just like, I really don't know. I'm
Is it
entirely
like affecting the
unsure.
gravity?
It is impossible for us to tell. We do not spend time on the shelf because time costs us.
There's a sad cat.
Oh, no!
That was pretty sad.
He just
A small child.
Oh no.
Give him cuddles. I demand it.
he ain't done throwing.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
no!
We can hear it.
Oh no! No!
Baby!
No! As shit, I forgot what we were doing.
I'm gonna clean that up. So I'll do
As
that.
you guys continue to ride, you will travel unencumbered until you reach the continuation of the blizzard. This light now fading into the moving blizzard ahead of you, having it left the spherical influence and continued on the path that the rangers seem to be aware of. You continue traveling, and you guys will make a full 6-hour ride, which is the pace in which you rode. You make pace. Where is...
I was checking my inventory and I don't have anything I could just like throw at the thing just to see if it went up also. I'm like,
I mean, it's like a half mile away.
right, but just something small to see if it started like
to float as well.
rising. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it was just snow.
I really wanted to
There we
see
go.
what was at the center, but we have more important things to do.
On the way back.
That's a valid choice.
If it's still there. If we see it
If it-
again.
That is a valid choice.
Right. Is it always there? Or
It's like, oh no, those appear randomly. I do not know what they are about. I don't have a pen anymore either. I'm just not prepared for this session, am I?
I have pencils if you want to come get one.
Yeah, I will come get one. All right, I will come get one.
And even have the one I'm using, which is the only one that has an eraser.
Thank you, baby.
I bought this pack of pencils when we did our first ever TTRPG, our Firefly game.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that is the first 6 hours done. And as you continue riding, I will need everybody to make me a Constitution saving throw as you travel through Blizzard.
I refuse.
how about better than the first one?
19.
19.
A nat 1 for a 10.
Okay.
Your nat 1 is 4 higher than my nat 3.
19.
Iambic. What are we doing?
Sure,
Con
the
save.
DC is 19. That would sure be convenient.
I rolled single digits both rolls so far. I'm like, this
21.
sucks.
21.
Man, I'm still so disappointed in myself that I went for a fucking intelligence saving throw instead of a con. Like,
So much con to be had.
someone needed to guide me in making a druid.
No, if we ever come up against any kind of like underdark stuff like Illithids or intellect devours, that thing could save your life. So
Could save your life. Hardcore.
And you won't get mind controlled as often.
That said, everybody
Wisdom.
except Orin is going to take a cold threat. At DC's 20
I gathered.
on the one.
Which I should be making.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys continue running and the storm continues to pass, normal snow flurry, you find yourself around noontime. 6 hours into your 3-day journey. So, continue to ride.
Yeah. Do we get is there like a short break between the riding? Like what? Because it's 6 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's 3 days.
You can stop if you'd like.
Oh, you're just doing it in 6-hour chunks. I didn't know if maybe the mounts...
doing 6-hour chunks of traveling.
Okay, I thought maybe the mounts needed to rest, and that's why it was 6 hours. But
no, it's just 6 hours chunks of traveling.
Yeah, okay. We keep going.
As you continue going, once again you find yourself quite quickly picking up into another blizzard. The choice, once again, is up to you whether you wish to go around it, which would double the amount of time it would take.
Nope.
That is what you're looking at. Or piling through.
Yep.
As you continue to ride ahead, who would like to roll a d10?
If we're going around in order, it's Mood's turn, yeah.
I was like, it's probably my turn anyway. It's fine. A 5.
5. You are traveling through the storm. It becomes thick. Visibly, you're having a hard time. But the rangers seem to be more or less handling the terrain below you that seems to be getting less apparent. You've known throughout the traveling across, even in the thick blizzard, that there are sections where you have to go across icy crags or gaps, but the lizards seem to be leaping across these divides without trouble. Here it seems to be more of a gap, and they even have to burrow beneath the ice, in which you have to grip hard onto the animal. If everybody will give me a dexterity saving throw as you were traveled here.
16.
Motherfucker, I almost had a fucking 20 and then it hit the thing and now it's a 14.
13.
Failed.
And I have
What'd you
a
roll?
20 for a 22.
Nice.
What'd you roll?
Which one?
The one that said I failed, as opposed to telling me what a score was.
Oh, me? It's a 9 this time.
It's a 9. Okay. So, you're all able to continue holding on to your mounts, because nobody rolls low enough to fall off, as they travel through their burrowing tunnels and begin moving through the ice almost like liquid. It's strange traveling this way. The cold surrounds you. It fills you in a way that seeps to your very core, and I do need everybody to now make me a Constitution saving throw.
$21.
21.
Hey, I got that, but reversed.
12.
Yes.
And I got half that.
No. No.
Okay.
6.
13.
13.
14.
13. Oren, you were the only person who gets a cold threat.
I guess it's making up for the last one.
As you guys travel through this sort of strange liquid, you feel this cold washing over you. But you continue pushing forward through it. Except Oren, who's shivering his ass off in the back, just feels the cold really seep in and grip him more. The rest of you seem to wash through it. And as you come back to the surface to continue running across, Glass pulls a hand up again and says, "Hold." And he checks something, and you see that there's a sort of glow in his hand. And he sort of nods. Says, "Interesting. You guys have traveled an additional 12 hours worth of distance."
Okay.
So a half of day is now taken off your total trip.
Seti's just looking around.
And you continue moving for 6 hours, meaning you moved a total of 18 hours just now as you come out into this complete darkness.
Can I? Hang on. Let me check my spells.
But it felt like, how long did it feel like for us?
6 hours.
But now it's dark, like noticeably dark.
Oh, no, sorry. I did that wrong. 8 hours worth of distance. Time has not changed. You just moved very quickly.
Okay.
So sorry, it's 12 hours, but you've gotten off of your time. You've gotten a total of 18 hours from that excursion. So 1 day is done worth of traveling distance. I'm not using miles because it's too difficult.
Okay, I'm going to try. I know this is a long shot, but because I haven't used this spell since I learned it, it's 1 minute duration. And within that 1 minute, as we're traveling, anything within 30 feet of me, I can detect its presence using detect thoughts. If it has thoughts.
Okay.
So just while we're traveling for 1 minute, if anything gets within 30 feet of us that isn't...
When are you doing this?
Just...
Are you just gonna... Can you just repeat cast it, or is it...
Like, he says hold, and is like checking around and stuff. Like,
okay.
I'll do that. But I'll keep it up for the next minute.
Alright, so you sort of sense around you from sort of...
Yeah.
What's the range?
30 feet.
30 feet? You don't sense anything other than your companions. As he searches around, he says, "We're making good time."
Keep
and then
moving.
you continue riding again.
And then just for the next minute, if anything.
For the next minute? Okay.
Or 50 seconds.
You guys continue riding, and the storm falls away from you. Sunlight greets you once more. And you continue moving forward. During that minute, you do not sense any presences.
Place doesn't seem
however,
so bad.
Continuing to move for the next 6 hours, completing an 18-hour day, there is nothing in your way. No storms appear. As you guys continue running the salamanders, he says, "Class says, we'll make camp here for the night, if you're all capable."
Sure. I have a... Hang on. Where is it? Oh, it's 3rd level. Damn it. I can use a 4th level slot to cast a 3rd level spell, right? That'd be fine. Okay. I have a little dome that I can build that keeps everybody inside of it safe for the night, but I can only fit... how many people was it?
10, I think.
Alright, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Plus the 3 rangers, that's 8.
9 creatures.
Plus you.
With me, yes. Okay, so 10 total.
Alright, well there's 8 humanoids, and there's 3 ice salamanders.
How big are the salamanders? Are they
very big?
Well, medium or smaller can fit.
They are large or huge creatures.
So
I think they're huge.
Yeah, I figured they wouldn't be able to fit. So just the humanoids can come in though, but I'll cast it.
Yep, huge. Okay, so you'll get everybody inside. Class says, "I'll take first watch. The rest of you should know we'll be taking quick rest. So, the rest of you sleep solid. We'll be moving again in 6 hours. Which will give you time to reach your full rest, because I calculate 6 hours is the only actual necessary rest time if you don't need a watch. That's how I do it anyways.
Before we go to sleep, just do all of the blizzards have the snow go up?
The other guy's just like, no, that only happens on frozen downpour. That's what we call them. And the snow stops. I wasn't aware. Usually we skirt out when we see the snow begin to move in strange ways. We've lost people to the snow before. But the event is relatively safe, assuming that you travel through it and do not linger.
Did they float up like the snow?
Oh, we are not sure. We have never seen them again.
Minier's just like pondering like snow going up still.
Well, so you can all take a long rest if you would like.
I will use the rest time we have to attune to the light splitter and make it my packed weapon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you
Go ahead.
you observe this hammer and chisel and turn it over and over in your hands, you know that it requires attunement, but you're not sure how to form a connection with it.
Oh.
It's in your hands. It feels like there's power within it, but you can't reach it, as if there's something beneath the sort of soft blue metallic material, just some bit of energy that's slightly beneath your reach, or slightly beyond your reach.
Can I, like, let's say I'm doing this during my watch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, if I step out of the dome, it collapses, doesn't it?
That's correct.
Well, I was gonna try to like cut some ice or something with it and like try to use it for its artistic purpose.
I mean, you can do that.
I
in
assume
the
I can. Yeah, I can find
because there's no floor.
a patch of ground that isn't occupied by somebody.
I mean, yeah, you can just kind of move the sort of sweep the snow to the
And
side.
just try to like quietly so you can like chisel something.
Hey!
So
Try to carve
so
like a little smiley face.
you take this chisel in your hand, and again, it's about like 18 inches, I think, is about length from the end of the end of the chisel to the tip of the blade.
Yeah, 13 inches from the handle.
13 inches. And with this blade, it's chisel shaped, but it's very slender, very sharp. And as you place it in, you feel it slide like butter into the glass. Or into the ice. It just slides into it. And then you begin to pull it out. And then you see that the mark that you left, there was none.
But I tried to make a smiley face.
Try to move it. And you move through the material. And then it stops as if something's resisting. And as you pull it out, you don't leave a mark.
Well, then why the hell do I have this if it doesn't work? I look around, make sure I didn't wake anybody up.
Mm-hmm.
Just tuck it back in the bag and kind of just sit there thinking. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is in the middle of the night, middle of my watch. Before I complete my long rest, I will use
we already identified it, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I will use all 3 of my 3rd level spell slots to send a message. Send 3 consecutive messages.
Okay.
Just gonna spam text him.
Was that you today? How could you leave? My whole life, nothing's my choice. It is always do this, don't do that. I made a choice and you took that from me. And nothing's really been my choice since either. Why am I here? If you care, you don't just flee in the night. I wasn't ready for you to not be here. More than anything else you've done. That's the thing I'll never forgive.
Ringo's just say she's going to just cast Lesser Restoration on everybody in case it helps with the cold threat. Okay. Just in case. It can't hurt, right? No, just there you go. There you go.
Cold threat lowers our max HP, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, the instance in which cold threat triggers reduces your max HP.
Right. So those 2+ additions lowered our HP.
No,
because we still have more.
Because we still have the tokens that outweigh them.
Gotcha.
If the
cold threat is taken away, then the cold threat.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about cold threat at all until your warmth modifier, which is your strife tokens plus any warm modifiers you might have.
Okay.
Is exceeded, you don't have to worry about it at all.
Yeah. I was making sure I had the right max HP, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of you should have reduced max HP at the moment.
I already have it from previous travel.
Well, that can happen. Did somebody use Greater Restoration on you?
I think we talked about it in the Discord, but I don't think it ever actually happened.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody ever.
I'd asked who had the highest cold.
Yeah, that was me.
Like negative HP. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we say that at the time that I asked, it was used?
I mean, I don't know when that was, but you could use it before taking your long rest.
Sure.
Yeah.
So that would reset my max HP.
That will not remove your cold threat, but it will fix your max HP.
Okay.
Because you went diving down inside a dead body.
Yeah.
Because what's your total minus on your max HP?
It was -3.
Yeah, it's covered.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you spend time toiling and everyone else spends time resting, eventually, Glass steps back into the dome and says, "Whenever you're all ready to ride, light will be here soon."
Betty kind of kicks some snow on her way out.
As you all get yourself repositioned back on your mounts and begin riding once again. For the next 6-hour block, you do not run into any blizzards.
Do we need another D10?
Nope.
Seti, once we're
It's easy traveling. As long as there's no blizzard, you guys can easily travel on these lizards without any interruption. And I'm rolling for that.
Once we're underway and Seti just starts venting into the ring for everyone to hear. So the stupid chisel and hammer thing that he left doesn't even work, and it's completely blocked off, and the magic's just not. It wouldn't cooperate. So why did he even leave it? And then I sent some messages, and he just completely ignored me. What an asshole! Who does that? What are we supposed to do with this stupid thing? And she just.
But how hard did you hit it?
I don't think hitting it harder was the problem. It just doesn't work. It doesn't want to work for me.
I solved so many problems by hitting it harder.
Well, tonight you can try that tonight, but I can tell the magic is there. It just doesn't want to come out, and I don't know how to make it come out, and I don't even know if I should care that it won't. I'm just and then he makes this big giant statue of me, and what is he thinking? I'm going to have to look at that thing as long as we're on the ledge. We have to go back there, and I have to see it again. Why would he do that? It's going to drive me crazy.
Continues to pet her arm or whatever, just soothing.
He's just gonna look around for Grim and
I think Seti's just gesticulating wildly.
Yeah, I just want to see
Glass is just doing this, just.
I think Oren's just giving Bropsy a glance during this whole rant.
She's like, and you know what? I didn't even know how much I liked him, right? I thought, oh, well, we're all going to die soon, and Cleary has this crush, and if he gets his heart broken, oh, well, who cares? We're dead in a couple of days anyway. So, like, let's just see what I'm missing out on. Maybe it'll be fun. Maybe it won't. And then this happens, and now he's not even here, and he didn't even exist in the first place, and for some reason, now I have feelings. What the fuck?
Grim throws a good berry at her.
You just throw a good berry at. He just like I want to believe that he waits till you guys are close enough, and he doesn't just like try tossing at you, but like just kind of stretches out his thing, and where he get real close and just sort of aim and just.
I like to picture it as right when she says "what the fuck," it's like.
I could make an attack roll. Hold on.
Meanwhile, perhaps she's gonna. It's perfectly understandable.
I rolled a 9. Never mind.
Just goes into the snow.
Perfectly understandable to be angry. What he did was very much not okay. Just remember that it wasn't because of anything that you did.
No, because nothing I've ever done has been anything I did. It's always been something they wanted me to do.
But did
they
they stick with us?
Are you like a princess or something?
Apparently, I'm the daughter of the most important man in the universe. I mean, I thought your dad was important, but mine is literally keeping Northot from awakening his thing, like, by a thin thread or something. And, I mean, whoever might be biased, but basically said it's the most important job in the universe. Like, what the fuck? And then he went on to say that my dad actually cares about me. He's never spoken to me at all in my life, except to be an asshole. Like, just launches into it.
There are a lot of things that we don't know, and yes, they have watched you or potentially manipulated you, but you are your own person.
I'm right there.
Even.
I'm not. They're not. I have words. I have words to say, and if I.
And we'll make sure you get to say them.
Words may have to wait. He says, glasses, the snow starts picking up once again.
Just for clarification, is anybody else like super important children of something or another? Just so I know.
Also, I want to know if anybody else is a spy for my dad. Look, now's the time to come clean. I'm already mad.
I don't know your dad. So.
Do I believe him?
Who would like to roll?
Roll insight.
Roll a d10.
It's Grim's turn.
I mean, I worked for the caravan. Does that mean I worked for your dad?
I don't think he had anything to do with the caravan.
8.
Or did he?
He definitely wanted me to join them, but...
As you guys are moving, you hear...
Oh, Noah's and my giant friends again.
And you hear in the distance the sounds of giant footsteps.
Uh-oh.
Slamming against the ice as they
Seti,
run.
Now is not the time for big drums.
Say,
it's not me.
He said, giants. Do we run a fight?
Run? I don't want to fight giants.
Depends how good are you.
Then we're going full speed. Hold on tight. And I need everybody to make me a strength saving throw as you attempt to hold on to these beasts.
I literally just slammed my water down in outrage because of my +1 strength, and I got water on my keyboard.
Oh no! You can also try to do something that isn't just your strength saving. You can do things. When I say these things, you have time to.
Can I tie myself to the creature?
You can certainly try. How would you like to accomplish this? Would you like to?
No. Don't I have rope? Like,
well,
I don't trust my chicken arms. I can't fly anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's 9.
9. Okay.
If I see Bropsy's gonna fall off, I will use the ring of telekinesis to make her stay on.
That works.
What's everybody rolling?
Grim rolled a 6, but I mean, I don't know.
No.
We'll see.
You might need it for him.
If his tentacle wrapping around it helps at all, but I don't know.
Are your tentacles wrapped around the creature all the way? Because you absolutely could do that.
If he says we're gonna run, he's gonna do that.
Yeah. Did you roll a natural 1?
No, it's a 2.
Then you did not fall off, sir.
Just barely. He's like flopping.
What did everybody else roll?
I got a 23.
23.
13.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
I am on my feet, standing, looking for the fight, just holding on with my feet real tight. Just like, I'm ready for the fight. Yeah, because I rolled a nat 20 for a 25.
25. Yeah. The lizard's just like, it's like.
Technically, Mood, I think you got higher because you rolled a strength check instead of a saving
throw.
Oh, yeah, so that would be a 29.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the easiest thing in the world to you. You're just like sitting there, just like completely upright, just gripping with your legs, just.
It's like, why are we running? We could fight.
Sit backwards, you sort of flip around and watch the not able to keep up with you frost giants chasing you through the snow. And they go, and you hear an echo as multiple voices from the same head scream out as they are still chasing your asses.
Bye.
Okay, Grim will turn around and cast tidal wave. And hope that it freezes on the ground so they slip.
You watch as you form this tidal wave, and it starts to form a wave that begins to crest, and as it begins to crest, it freezes in the air. Because I assume you didn't have a saltwater tidal wave that you were just creating. Yeah, so it freezes in midair as it leaves, creating a sort of ice wall behind you.
I was hoping to slip them, but you know.
You can hear as they crash into it a few minutes later, just, fuck! Who put this wall here? Fuck! Fuck!
They did that.
As you all continue,
I like to imagine cartoon outlines of them as they collide into the wall. That'd be great.
They're just giants.
Continuing moving at the speed, I do need everybody, as you outrun these guys, to then make me a what's it going to be? I guess Constitution saving throw. But you just need to beat a 10 to avoid taking a point of exhaustion from the hard ride.
Take a point of exhaustion.
Of course, on the roll that doesn't matter, I get a 28.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Hey, Bropsy, we both got net 20s.
Well, you guys continue the ride, but you take a point of exhaustion, Grim. Is that correct? Which makes sense because you're barely flopping and holding on.
Barely holding on.
Just ripping on with all the strength.
Where do I add exhaustion?
I think
it's
conditions. It's under
conditions. Okay, thank you. 1.
So, as you guys continue moving forward, your pace is kept the same, and you do not take any cold threat. So we're at 32 hours. Okay. Continuing to move. The storm thickens once again. Who wants to give me this D10?
Sam's turn?
My turn.
At least I think that's right. So we did our rest. Yeah, so this is our this would be our
46.
Right. Oh yeah, sorry?
6.
6. 6. Oh boy. You continue moving forward for 6 hours through the harsh snow. And as you continue to push dead ahead, you see at one point Glass puts his hand up and goes, "The blizzard's lost us. We've lost time. We're back where we were. Retrace your steps. Come on." You guys lost 6 hours of travel.
Thought you guys knew how to ride in straight lines.
However, you do not get any additional cold threat for that. However, I forgot, you all have +1 cold threat from the 24-hour mark that happened. So everyone just added a +1 cold threat for the 24-hour mark.
And we have 15 tokens each. Is that what we were given?
Yep. And the cold threat is 10 plus whatever your actual cold threat is.
So 10 plus 6 for me would be 16?
Yes. Yes.
Damn.
So you are officially in cold threat territory. So
I will give her one of mine before I'm out.
You feel the cold hit you, and sort of there's this moment when you feel this last little bit of cold creep. It's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. You feel cold set into your heart, and you feel pain. And you know that your extremities feel tingly and numb. And you know the cold is coming. And then you feel Bropsy slip another token.
Yeah, Seti starts to, I didn't think my heart could feel anymore. Oh, that's better, thank you.
And then as you continue to travel...
given us more than 15.
As you continue to travel, roll a d6. Or d12 for me, sorry. D10. D10, what is wrong with my brain?
Me?
D10.
Is this part of my...
Whoever... No.
The next.
This is the next 6 hours of travel.
Okay. Roxy's turn.
We're gonna have to kill something, get some tokens.
7.
Said we should have fought the giants.
They were scary.
I understood that reference.
Okay. As you continue... Oh, I'm sorry. This is supposed to be rest time. So I shouldn't have rolled for that. Sorry, this should be a resting time.
We'll just save the 7 for next time, I guess.
Yes, well, unless you want to reroll it. It's been 18 hours of travel.
Do we want to re-roll it?
Well, I made you roll it at the wrong time, and you might not have been traveling and things. But anyways, so I assume you would set up the dome again, and you can all take a long rest if you would like.
The long rest help my exhaustion.
Yes.
Okay, it removes 1 point of exhaustion or something.
Yes.
Is anyone else at minus hit points? Just me. I have -1.
You're at -1. So when the 48-hour hits, when midnight hits, you all get one more additional cold threat. But first, you take your damage for your cold threat. So you're losing 1 max HP, and then you're all gaining 1 additional cold threat.
Well, we can do the restoration on him, though.
Mm-hmm.
I would have done that before the night.
So he doesn't have a -1.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So
puts
this...
me back at...
Wait. So the one that put me at 16 was for the previous day that we forgot.
Yeah.
Right? So now I'm at 17.
Correct.
For the next
I
day.
can't give you another because I'm at 14.
So now
Welcome to traveling on the shelf. It sucks.
So,
Why the fuck did he only give us 15?
I was gonna say now I'm even at 15.
Because I think you guys are missing the point, is that the rest of them have been traveling for a long time and have accumulated a lot of cold threat, and the amount that you guys are accumulating is nothing.
And they can't spare a lot of tokens.
Yeah. So, you continue traveling the next morning.
Wait, hang on. I didn't use my 3rd level spell slots that day. So before we take our long rest, I have words.
And I'm supposed to hit the hammer.
Yes, Mitnir's supposed to play with the chisel and see if
Do
he
whatever
can
you want to
do
do.
it.
It's nighttime. Take your rest. You are.
So as soon as I set up the dome and we make camp and stuff, Seti just rips the chisel and the hammer out of the bag and just throws them down on the ground at Mitnir's feet. And
technically, inside the dome, is it considered a warmth modifier?
Yes.
So your warmth modifier would put you above the need, so you actually wouldn't lose the max HP hit point. Because it's +1 warmth modifier inside of it.
okay, we still gain the cold threat, and those of us that.
Yes.
but we don't suffer the.
Yeah, you're at even then.
You're at even.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, continue.
So I'm really like everyone's in the dome. Seti's having a. She'll just very quietly. She's gonna like go sit in a corner and like very quietly send. I guess I don't have to mark off the spell slots. We're about to rest anyway. Yeah. So this one is to her father, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. 3 of them back to back to back. I get that you're too important to be bothered with me, but you don't have to manipulate. I'd have come if I'd known what's at stake. Instead, I'm fumbling, trying to save the world, and the whole time you've known and said nothing. I'm sure you've had fun. But I'm a better asset when I'm not scared, heartbroken, unsure who to trust, and being treated like a pawn to shove around at your whim. Never again.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you send this to your dad or to Cleary?
That's to my dad.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Okay. There's a little bit of a pause.
As Seti starts, Grim's gonna put some mushrooms in his ears.
I do believe when you are contacting somebody outside of your plane, there is a chance that they will not receive it.
Yes.
Will you go ahead and roll for that?
Last time you rolled for it because you didn't want me to know whether or not he'd received it.
Oh, very well. What do I roll for it? What is the percentage?
It is
a 5% chance it won't.
5%. Yes. Yes, 5%.
Okay. There's a pause, and then I see. Well, now that it's come to this, we will speak when you are finished with your task. I'm very disappointed. And then it's gone.
I was like, oh, that's going to set her off.
A good thing I have the mushrooms in my ears. It's about to get loud.
She just, asshole, throws something else.
Just like hits Grim. Just...
It's rolling over. It's fine.
So, I'm sorry, is this the second? Are you not resting tonight either? Or you can actually take your long rest tonight? Because last night you didn't rest, as far as I'm aware. You fumed and did things.
No. Fumed and did things around the rest. Like when I took watch, I did things.
There was no watch.
Glass said he was taking first watch. I assume that meant there would be a second one.
Nope, the Raiders are taking the other watches.
Well, I took a watch with one of the Raiders.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know.
Sure.
Just too angry to sleep.
I guess I will attempt at tuning to the hammer and chisel for proper usage.
Sure.
I was gonna ask, could I investigate again now that we have more information or non-information?
What about
specific questions?
Are you talking about the chisel and hammer? You guys can take a couple hours if you want to just delay your trip a little bit. We're just gonna have to make it 50 hours instead of 48. Fine.
Well, this would be during the rest for me.
I'm gonna give you guys a couple hours to do your stuff. So.
I guess I would start by kind of doing the same thing, like, because we don't have anything to actually carve in here, do we?
I mean, you're inside a dome.
Yeah, but just like
snow's falling on top of it. You guys are pretty much just almost like in darkness, with the exception of the small amount of glow coming
across, from whatever on the ground, and just kind of poke it into the ground.
Yeah, it pokes real easy, but then it just comes right out. And poke it and it comes back out.
I want to do like a triangle shape, like rectangle, but the idea of the under the ground, like go like a wedge, so I see if I could pop out, like a chunk of ground. So just kind of draw a rectangle, but with the angle like that. Does that make sense?
So you're just gonna go. Shh.
Yeah, kind of like as I was carving out like a piece.
Without moving the blade out.
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity. Just a dexterity check.
12.
You move it in and begin to hit that corner where you would want to like whip it around to the other side and begin to move it, and the blade catches and stops. And then you pull it out, and there's no mark where you left it. And then you put it back in to do the next side. But you can't turn it in the ice. No matter how hard you try, it moves laterally through it, but you can't turn it freely within the ice. You pull it back out and stab again as quickly as you can. Move along the next side. Again, the marks are left, and after going to the next side, there's no show that you have tried cutting it.
It's broken.
Seti, I think she's in her bedroll and she's like pulled the top of it up over her head and like just screamed into like the bedroll like once or twice. Then she says, "I know."
I'm gonna put it back in and just go bang.
So you put it back in and then you hammer it?
I'm not gonna hit real hard, just like hard enough that if it was like a rock or something, it should like knock off a chunk,
Yeah. So you just put it. The blade slips straight into the ice all the way until you hit the like where there would be what's that called, like the handguard basically, but there isn't one. But just the thickness of the handle stops it from going further, and it hits there, and then you tink, and you see the ice just cracks, just from like that tiny little ting that you give it. The ice around it just cracks.
I'm gonna pull it back out and just see if it like fades away or if it stays.
And as you pull it out, you see that where the blade was, there's no mark, but the ice is cracked.
Just kind of scratch his head with the hammer, like,
But it did do that for me last night.
At no point did you actually say that you hit the hammer against.
Yeah, I said I was like gonna try to like chisel some shapes into it, like
while keeping the hammer like this and just kind of like it's like there's
gently.
no resistance. It's just like there's no resistance against it, and you're kind of just like it just goes in and out of the ice and doesn't leave anything. But what he did was like bury it in and then tap it, which
is everyone asleep? Is anyone awake?
Hard to say.
Depends how long you've been doing this.
Yeah, like I was doing my investigation of it.
Oh yeah, so you're watching this then, Propsy, and you're seeing like everything I've described.
Just kind of look at Propsy and be like,
if you're trying to discern anything about it, you can make me an Arcana check.
Should I hit it again?
I'm so smart. 6.
So I should hit it again.
For some reason, this blade just goes straight through material and then comes back out, and the material didn't seem to notice it. Same thing I've been saying. You're aware of that. You're not sure why or how.
Could I test if you can, if it's just going straight through material, like it's not even there, would it go straight through a finger like it's not even there?
Certainly try.
I want to try.
He like sets down the tools, just like, I'm not doing.
This is gonna be a mistake. I really want to try to put my finger on the blade.
Okay, as you put your finger on the blade and begin to.
No.
What are you doing?
No, I wasn't gonna.
Put your finger on the blade.
I wasn't gonna like cut my finger off. I was just gonna see if it was sharp enough, like if it would still.
As you start to like this, just like this.
Yeah, something like that.
As you start to do that, you don't see it press into your finger. You just watch as your finger moves into it.
Huh.
And you pull it back up. You don't feel anything.
That's all I wanted to know. Thank you. I'll try chiseling somebody else's flesh, not mine, thank you.
So are we looking at different item descriptions? Am I looking at a different one from you guys?
I'm not looking at the description.
Yeah, I think they're trying to understand the weapon without looking.
Yeah, I thought we had identified it. I just figured, yeah. But anyway.
I think Midir's gonna put it back into the ground.
Mhm.
And just goes like, and just kind of rears back and like looks at Bropsy for a second, like smash.
Make a attack roll.
Haven't unarmed or I guess.
This would just be like a strength with proficiency because you're wielding a hammer.
Strength
would
with
be an
proficiency.
attack roll with the light splitter, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't get the +3 because so that's just.
That would be proficiency is 4, so 15.
15. So you strike squarely right onto the hit, and as you do, there's like a small ring that just you think would just be like a ting, but you feel the energy of it, like the light of it, and the sound reverberates inside of the dome. And as it does, there's this little shockwave, tiny little shockwave that just boom, right into that space, and you sort of fly back slightly, landing on top of Grim. Everybody just gets this huge ring. Everyone's awake. You look and you see that the ice is broken. There is a large crack straight down.
Oh, I didn't stop him. Oh,
and as it's happening, you can hear it kind of. And as it does, you guys feel as everything starts to fall from underneath you. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break.
1 second. I looked away for 1 second.
Propsy.
I wanted to sleep.
I was tired.
We're going to go ahead and take our break now. Thanks, guys, so much, guys, for hanging out. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
I get some cereal.
And we're back, guys. And as the ice breaks out from below you and you find yourself tumbling down into the icy crevasse below, I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Quick question. Does the dome fall also? Because isn't it like a sphere around us?
The way that I have the domes existing in is that they are a fixed point in space. You set them somewhere and they have coordinates, and then that's just where they are. Okay. So if the ice breaks around it, it just breaks around it and falls straight through.
It's also a dome, though, not a sphere. There's no bottom.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. I was just clarifying.
Could I?
I don't know if it... Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Then you just fall straight out the bottom, yeah.
Yep.
What's up?
I would like to attempt to either... Well, if I can, I'll grab Propsy.
Okay.
I mean, I could wild shape into a bird
falling.
and just glide us down or to the nearest solid ground.
The hard part about it is that this is the ice around you. All of the ice around you is collapsing. The shelf you're on is collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is you can try to transform into things, but be aware that there's still going to be lots of debris falling all around with you. And becoming a much larger creature means that you are likely to be dealing with less maneuverability. So just be aware of that as you guys go, but follow your instinct.
As I was saying, I'm trying to grab Propsy and shoot my grapple hook up and hope it catches them.
All right, since we weren't sure exactly where Propsy was located, I'm just going to have you make a dexterity saving throw for this. Everyone's making a dexterity saving throw. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw specifically for this.
18.
18? You are able to leap over and grab Propsy, and as the ground falls between you, you're now able to just make a dex saving throw for both of you to use the grappling hook properly and have it and grab both of you together.
I would like to grab the nearest person. Like, as soon as this starts rumbling, just grab the person closest to me and dimension door, like 100 feet away.
Okay, so as that happens, the dome disappears, and we're just gonna roll I think probably 2 of the guys would have been in there with you, so we're gonna roll a d6. The 5 and 6 are one of the 2 rangers, and the other 4 are your companions. Well, cool, you get one of the rangers.
All right, I'll just drop him there and then bamf out my wings.
Okay, so you teleport 100 feet away and then wings out. And as you do, you kind of just drop him onto the ice, and he's just like fuck as the ice continues to collapse out from under his feet.
Wait, 100 feet away, it's still collapsing?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! I don't drop him.
Well,
shit.
It seems like one of those moments where you would drop him thinking it was safe, and
I would
then the ice
would
start moving again.
I would want to make sure he was safe. Because now he's 100 feet away from his mount.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I should have said 500 feet.
But my dex save is 16.
16? Yeah, so you start like falling down the wall and then boom, like run against the side. Your claws like digging into the side of the ice, sliding down a little slower. So you're gonna take half damage on your way down.
I was gonna say, at times I would assume that I'm just sticking the chisel in and just holding on because it would cut right in. I'd be like, okay.
And as the angle changes, it kind of slows you down a little bit.
But then if it broke loose, then I fall again. I'd try and stick it back into the next wall, whatever I could.
Yep. All right.
29.
29. You're fine. You're a monk anyways. Like, you basically don't have to roll.
You're just hopping from ice piece to ice piece.
But you can also use... so you have an ability that even half can get removed. Anyways. But that's... What did Grim and Bropsy get? 5. Oh, and then you've got Bropsy. So you get Bropsy, pulls you up, and then you fly up to the top with the 29, and you pull her straight back up, but the ice is still collapsing around you, so you're kind of like running on it and using this grappling hook to pull yourself to like the one stable point that you have, luckily gripped on the other side of where this shelf was falling from. So you and Bropsy are hanging there about 30 feet from this, and everybody else is collapsing down. Seti teleported away with one of the guys.
Once I have Bropsy, just tell her to hold on. And then can I use the ring of telekinesis to like grab Mitnir and float him up with us?
Did I give you a weight limit on your grappling hook or no?
Well, the telekinesis thing won't add any weight. But
I mean, it depends on how the weight works. I think it's weird. It's mental strain. You're fine.
No, you didn't give me a weight limit.
Okay. You're good. I'll figure it out later. But yeah, as you gesture out there and make me an intelligence check with proficiency as you attempt to snatch him out of the air as he's going down. I mean, he's sliding down. It seems to be doing pretty okay, sliding down into this crevasse.
26.
26, but you're midway down, and as you're sliding with this thing carving into the ice, you sort of stop in the middle of your slide. You feel like maybe it's not this though. You just feel like you stop.
No, pulls the thing out of the wall, looks at it, and just like,
what?
Whoa, what?
In, back out, back in, back out, back in. You're just there. What did Grim roll again? A 5. Grim's just fucking falling.
He's asleep and I had a Mitnir on top of me, so he's screwed.
So as he goes woo, straight down into the pit below.
He's a fucking druid turned into a bird. Like, come on.
I'm like asleep though, so I don't know.
Yeah,
You're
and
not
as
asleep because the ringing thing woke us all up.
Yeah, it was just enough to. But he not everybody has enough time to react to everything all the time. Not everybody's a monk. I completely agree with the choice to just be falling.
He's not exactly the most dexterous person.
But Seti, as you grab this other guy and you start to set him down, you see that the ice is falling underneath him. You keep him up in the air, begin flying. You guys watch, especially being able to hold yourself there, and those of you that are suspended watch as the ground gives way underneath. And it doesn't give way to water, but rather a cavernous divide. As it falls and collapses inwards, you see dust and snow piling up. Grim, you're going to take 24 points of bludgeoning damage. As the rest of you watch Grim, Glass, your 3 lizards all fall into the pit below.
Woof.
Sorry.
Jesus.
You are within 900 feet, so you do catch the sorry coming through your ring as you land there, and you feel your back is just like cracked against ice, which broke under your fall, but still like, you know, felt like you got like pulled over a wrestler's knee. You slide a bit, and as the darkness, there's mostly darkness all around you, but there's almost like a little light blue pulse.
I did not sleep well at all. I did not sleep well.
As you guys look, and you're all looking down onto this face where you had fallen, you see little lights just start to poop, 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 just sort of lighting at an angle, weird shapes, sort of forming like these, like they would be rings or like a circle of lights, but they're happening at an angle and below you. And then you look and you see what looks like a bisected tower. Half of it is completely missing, but laying there inside the ice, a lot of it frozen, but still open inside. And you see Grim laying in a pile of books covered in snow. As you look and you see this open tower beneath the ice.
When I catch back up to where this has all happened,
you fly down with your buddy. He's like, "Holy shit!"
I will drop him on the surface out of the. Well, yeah.
Bring him with you.
Yeah, I'll bring him down.
You see, Grim is like just barely caught onto this sort of ledge where it's like the edge of the thing, and he looks over. You don't see Glass or the lizards.
Oh fuck!
Or the other guy.
Oh no!
They seem to have slid further down.
Oh god. Okay, is there enough room where Grim is to kind of like drop the guy?
You can land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grim, are you all right? Holy shit! Are you okay?
I'm just.
You hear the echo of his voice just.
Where am I? Why am I? Why are there books?
I don't know. I think there was a collapse. You're okay though? Can you stand? Oh, this looks painful.
Yeah, it's just like push myself up with my little tentacle arms. But like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I just slept really badly.
Oh, okay. Shit. And I'll just stay here. Y'all stay here, okay? And I'm gonna fly down further, looking for the others.
As you go a little bit further down, you hear. Can't make the noise. Just doesn't pick it up. You hear the sound of rumbling water, rushing water. As it appears that there is a huge torrent twisting and pulling things down underneath there.
Oh god. Oh no.
They are nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
I rolled investigation to look around, but I rolled really bad, so.
I'm just gonna throw out detect thoughts again, 30 feet radius.
Nothing. I assume you only have like 10 minutes of flight, I think, so assume you fly back up at this point.
I will look for as long as I can with that amount of time. But yeah.
Unless you want to hop into the river yourself, you're thinking they're gone.
Aaron, put me down.
I'll go back up.
I guess I'm just hanging there right now.
You're just hanging from basically thinking about it like this way. I'm gonna sketch it.
I mean, my grapple could have just went into the ice wall or something, right?
Okay, so basically, it's like this. You see, there's like this thing in here. All this fell away. There's this tiny little spot that is this carved-in piece of a tower. Just bisected tower sitting here, and then there's rushing water down here. There you go.
Was that me dangling?
Yeah, it was you dangling.
Okay, cool.
So that's what you guys got going on.
I'm
there's just look piles of ice and rushing water.
See if there's anything interesting in this pile of books, I guess.
You begin to move around in this section. It looks like there are 3 sections of this tower that are still held together mostly. One of them appears to be a... Oh, actually, I'm going to pull my thing out here.
Well, I think I'm going to start swinging.
Okay.
And be like, Bropsy, hold on tight. And then I'm going to try and swing myself towards the tower bit and then let the grapple go so I can fall in towards the tower.
Sure, just make me a dexterity saving throw to land safely. Just you've got Bropsy.
That is a 26.
You land, you let go, and as you slide down to the side, like your feet hit into the side of the like broken ice, and you just slide straight down the wall and land right on top of the like the little lip at the top side of the tower, and then just slowly swing yourself inside. Easy, no problems.
I'll telekinesis Mitnir over here.
Yeah, the entire time Mitnir's just like, whoa,
just like kicking my feet in the air, kind of like.
Yeah, Mitnir was like halfway down the ice. He was further down than everything. He was probably about to hit that water and get swept away. As you pull him up into there seems to be 3 different levels of this tower. There seems to be a library, what looks like a bedroom, and a study of some kind. Strangely, though the entire thing is toppled sideways, all the furniture is still upright in its positions. You see the lanterns on the walls are lit, and they are also upright. And Grim, as you stand up, you find yourself cattywampus to the normal gravity of the others surrounding you as you stand inside this tower. You are upright with the furniture in the walls.
Great. This is perfect. Well, I'm going to look around and, see if I can find anything. It's my place now, I guess. I guess this is my home.
I found it, thank you.
You see, as Mitnir gets set down, first like upright to gravity, and then slips sideways, and then lands inside upright with you. It's really disorienting.
You see that crater that looks like my ass? I have marked it. It is mine.
It's just a pile of books.
Squished books.
You see this doorway you came in through, and just points up.
Yeah, to the crevice that you just cut through the giant block of ice that is the shelf.
Anyway, let's see if there's anything fun in there.
Okay, so currently you would be in the library.
Boy. Gonna go look at the books and stuff, I guess.
Stepping around looking. Everything here is still icy and frozen. Like it is a frostscape, and even the books themselves have frost covering their bindings. You can see that there are chains hooked to each book, and the chains themselves have little icicles dangling from them.
Perfect. I'm gonna use Detect Magic.
Okay, you use Detect Magic. And as you do such, you watch as your eyes get lit. What was once just light and blue and frost turns into magic galore.
Whoa, cool.
You see that this entire bookshelf is in fact enchanted.
Great.
And there is a very bright light emanating from a specific spot on the bookshelf.
Well, I'm going to go there.
As you follow the light and guide your way in, you see that there is a box sitting amongst the books.
Not chained down, right?
The box itself is not chained down, but the books surrounding it have chains on them.
Okay, well, I guess I'll pick up the box.
Okay.
you supposed to read a book if it's chained to the shelf?
That's a 19 to hit.
19 to hit does not hit.
As the book swings out and like a nunchuck, just fucking like swings out at you. Books start flying off the shelves and try to smack you in the face.
So that is a miss to me. So
he did miss you, yes.
So I've got the box, and I'm not hit by books. I'll move far enough away so they can't smack me, I guess.
Sure, I'll say you got the box too. As you pull it away, you see that these things are just flinging books at you, and they're just kind of like reaching at the end.
Books.
As your tentacle reaches around and pulls the box with you. You look at this box. It is shiny. It is ornate. And it is glowing with a bunch of different magic juju. You can see that there is enchantment on the box itself, and there's another light emanating brightly from inside.
Where's the bird?
With me? I think we're in the tower now. Yes.
You guys want to? You come look at my box. Come look at the Grimm's box. Tell me what this is with your little magic head.
I'm also looking for Seti at this point, since I would assume you're still flying around while we're doing this.
Probably, yeah.
But I guess we'll never know.
I don't know.
I unattuned to that.
That would make sense. We were planning on combat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this guy's like,
in my prayer beads.
Nah, we lost Glass. He'll probably be fine though. I'm sure we'll meet him again at some point. Losing the lizards is worse.
Can't they do the same like swimmy ice thing they did? Like
Currents like these thunder currents will take you pretty far away, maybe miles. I'm certain they'll be able to regain their composure shortly, and we can meet back up with them. But knowing Glass, he'll probably continue to head in the direction we initially set out for. Mission comes first. He won't head back for us.
Should we finish our rest before continuing then?
If that's what you deem necessary, then yes, of course.
Gotta get back out of here.
I'm gonna add magic box to my.
There's a box that you have picked up. Yep.
Seti emerges from the cavern and like kind of just lands, just looking absolutely destroyed. Like they're gone. They got swept down river. They're just gone. God.
Probably rushes to hug you.
He says they'll be fine.
What?
Chances are Glass will be fine. Lizards will be fine too.
Okay,
What
but
the other guy?
Pack might be dead, but it's...
Did you not like him or something? Because that's a really depressing
It's a risk
thought.
we all take when we leave here. You know, it's bound to happen.
Well, what do we do without the lizards?
I'm sure Glass will be able to wrangle at least one or two of them. And meanwhile, I suppose we'll have to find a way out of this cavern and travel by foot.
Or we could fly.
I'm running out of juice for the day. But
Right. You all have that ability, by all means.
I can levitate somebody up. I can cast fly on somebody else, not at the same time.
Just knock a hole like that one up that way.
I mean, we have 2 druids who can turn into giant birds and fly us out of here.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Seti, you're better at finding things. Look around, see if they have any tokens in here.
Oh shit! There's like a building.
There's a whole building here.
But there's a whole building full of stuff. I'm not very good at looking. I found the magic
warmer
box.
inside?
No, it's still cold. Don't go near the bookcase.
They'll be
They'll
safe
attack you.
everywhere.
I will make. Well, I rolled perception, but you probably want me to roll investigation. But that was a 30 perception check to find whatever Grim wants me to find.
You're looking around, and you can see that you can see all 3 levels clearly, and you could land on any one of them that you like. And even from this distance, you could tell that what's that one now sitting in? 1 second, I'll find it real quick. You can tell where there at once would have been a small chest. Oh no, sorry, you found that one. Sorry. And then the last one is okay. You see at the bottom of a desk that there is because of your sight, you can see at the bottom of the desk there's a false bottom to the underside of the of the desk chair, of the desk, whatever it's called, drawer. From your angle.
All right.
Because that's the best way I can do a perception for investigation.
I check it for
Is that
traps.
in the library? Or is that in the...
That's
Which room
in the
is that
study.
in? Okay.
Check it for traps.
Okay, you check it for traps, make an investigation check.
20.
20. You don't find any mechanical traps, but you do find the traces of arcane scrawling.
Oh, shit.
And there is something off about this. So there's some magical traces left.
Can anybody dispel magic? I'm all tapped. Grim,
Nope.
can you just try opening
at
it
the
with a
moment.
tentacle from very far away? And maybe if it blows up, only your tentacle will get
I
hit?
mean, I've only, fallen a few hundred feet.
Oh no!
It's
Wait,
fine.
I have a mage hand. I always forget.
No, it's fine. I could just go open that random thing.
No!
It's
Stop!
fine. Let Grim
Everybody get
blown
back!
up.
Everybody get back! It's magic. We don't know what it'll do. Everybody get back, and I will mage hand it open
Okay.
from 30 feet away.
You, from 30 feet away, you reach out. How do you use your mage hand? Describe your mage hand for me.
I think there's just I hum some kind of note that summons this ethereal, and then I move my hand and it moves along.
Yeah, okay, so as you
conjunction.
reach out and begin moving your hand, and you reach onto the bottom, you feel it click. And as you do, a silver mist pours out from underneath it. At first it sits there, and then it shoots towards you. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
From 30 feet away? Wisdom saving throw. Wow, that was almost a natural 20, but it was a 6.
Okay. This hits you, and you feel cold, and then almost like you're going to choke on it for a second, and then you're okay. You don't feel anything. And then all your platinum falls out of your pockets onto the ground.
That's 3 platinum.
Your 3 platinum falls out of your pockets and ding, 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 on the ground.
You try to pick it up?
Finger goes straight through it.
What the fuck?
I try to pick it up.
Pick up her coins, sure.
I pick up all 3 and just be like, here you go, Seti. Why'd you drop these?
You put them in her hand, go straight through her hand.
I try to touch Mitnir.
Yeah, you touch Mitnir.
Have I been cursed I can't touch platinum anymore? What the fuck?
That's what it seems like.
Well, what's in the drawer?
As the drawer,
Is it
as
just
your
full of
mage hand
platinum?
pulls the drawer open, you look inside, and there's just a small, long wooden box. It's about yay long.
Mage hand.
Narrow.
Mage hand is just going to open that sucker up.
There is a sort of, it's platinum pen. Inkwell pen, like a fountain pen.
We'll never know. She can't pick it up.
Can my mage hand pick it up and drop it in the bag of holding?
As your mage hand goes out, straight through.
Wow. Whoever said this is a real motherfucker, I'll tell you what.
Do you want me to go get that for you?
Sure, yes, and could you please put my platinum back in my bag? Or I guess, can you just hold my platinum for me and be in charge of my 3 platinum that I own?
You can no longer touch platinum metal or hold platinum metal on your person. It will fall straight through.
I don't think I want Mitnir to be my bank.
But I currently have it. It's okay. Just make sure no one steals my coin pouch.
As you pull this, there's this really ornate fountain pen made out of platinum. It's got scroll work on it. It's really intricate. It has what looks to be some beautiful sort of fleur-de-lis feather designs, but they're 3-dimensional. They actually pop off of the pen. It's the most gorgeous thing you've ever seen, but also it just looks like a little metal rod.
Turns it around, kind of like a little like a knife, and kind of goes. I don't get it.
It's a pen to write with.
Right, but
it's probably got some kind of magic to it, or else this person just really, really, really loves that pen. But if you drop it in the bag of holding, we can take a look at it later and find out what it can really do. Not mine, in Bropsy's, because again, platinum.
Right. Hands it over to Bropsy.
All right.
Can I take a closer look at the lantern thing, torches, whatever that were in there?
Sure.
Like, are they just like an open torch, or are they like a closed?
So when you get close to them, it appears to be. It's really hard to describe. It kind of just looks like a sconce that just holds a blue flame. There's no wick. There's no oil. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's just a flame hovering in what looks like a small little sconce.
Magical lamp.
Is it attached? Is it floating? Like
no, it's just floating. Just the flame is just floating. The sconce is attached to the wall. It's made out of the same material as the wall. As you can see, there's frost accumulated on it. It's just kind of like a flat sort of like dip, and the flame's sort of sitting inside of it, but the flame's not even melting the ice that's on the sconce. It's just light.
It's just a magic light.
I know. I want to see if I can pull the sconce off the wall. Just like
make a strength check.
Oh, the whole tower is going to collapse now.
16.
As you grab it and begin to, you watch as it sort of bends, and as it does, you watch as the flame kind of and sputters out.
Never mind. Just goes back to join the group after it sputters out.
Yep.
So I'm gonna open my box. See what's inside it.
You're gonna open your box?
Yeah, of course I am. All
right, as you open your box, a bunch of gold mist pours out of it and flows into your body. And as you do, all of your gold just all over the ground.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Wait, give me 3 platinums worth of gold. You can have my 3 platinum.
Okay, so somebody come pick up my 567 gold pieces.
Just it's just raining gold onto the ground. Just fucking 500 gold pieces. Just
hey, Arn, I think you should. That's more than I should hold on to.
You can have it.
We'll just put it in Bropsy's bag of holding.
Okay, but
and as you open the box and look inside, there is a small device that looks not dissimilar from a pocket watch made of solid gold.
I think we should swap.
Yeah.
I think I should take the fancy pin and you should take this gold watch.
Sure, yes, okay. Well, it doesn't... we'll find out what
There's no face on the watch. It just has, like, intricate little clockwork pieces and wedges.
I'll just carry the box over to Seti.
Maybe we should, leave them in the bag. What if they're cursed too?
We're gonna leave them...
Oh, no, very clearly, if you touch the thing, it makes it so that you can't touch it. They don't want you to touch it, which means it's probably not cursed.
Well, we're going to check out what they do first before anybody touches them or does anything, but I'll carry the gold watch. You take my 3 platinum, I will take 30 of your gold, and then...
No, you can have my gold. I don't have any gold. Now Bropsy has my gold.
Okay, well, Bropsy, can you give me 30 of Grimm's gold and carry, and then Mitnir gave Grimm my 3 platinum.
So they can have all 500 gold, I don't care.
I'll hand the 3 platinum.
Meanwhile, the ranger that's there with you is just watching you guys, just like...
You guys make change for the... Can you just give me...
Is this how you normally raid dungeons? Just open boxes and...
No,
You guys want
normally...
to just give me 53 platinum? That would work too. I just, save space.
To be fair, this is how Grimm raids dungeons, yes.
Someone will always touch something they shouldn't.
Most of the time, that's me.
It's not just one person, but it's often him.
Ever since he got the tentacle arms, he just can't stop.
To be fair, we're really
he can reach
tired.
so many things.
I would like to point out that despite touching things, Grim has never died. So,
yeah.
If we want to talk shit,
send the shots fired gif.
Hey, I've only died to Northought.
Nope.
And
no,
the
you haven't.
Abyssal
You've died to more than
The
no.
Abyssal Dungeon.
No, I died to Northought from that.
Oh, he did. Yeah, Northought killed him.
Okay.
I'm going to drink this potion.
Alright.
Every time I've died, it was from Northought.
Well, okay. How about we take a short rest at least, right? Before we continue.
Oh, and somebody can attune the thing. So I recover 16.
I think we need
What
to,
is the hammer and chisel made out of?
You have no idea.
like a really light metal, I think. That had like an opalescent.
I'm gonna hand it back to Seti.
Okay.
Guys, so there's probably
I was
going
asleep,
to be...
so I have no idea what happened.
He hands it to you, and yes, she can touch it. It's not dissimilar from platinum in its color, but it is not made of platinum.
Just like it's not broken.
Well, I know it's not broken. It just doesn't work. There's.
You just.
But I'm gonna look up
using
like,
it right.
it kind of works.
You want to bet there's
What?
something
you
made
didn't
out of
realize
silver and copper here, too.
What happened?
You just had to hit it harder, apparently.
I'm sorry. What?
I put it in the ice, and then I went.
And then you collapsed our entire like.
No, wait. No, I went.
Head in their
Boop,
hands.
and it went. Psh. And I wanted to know what a bigger boop would do, so I put it back in, and I gave it a boop.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
But the good news is it works.
Yep.
The
Kind
bad news is.
There appears to be another trap here. So the other one from the top floor in the bedroom. He's
That
just
one,
like,
copper or silver? Which one? Or
It's
electric?
going to be a copper one.
it's hard to say for certain.
I mean, do we care about copper?
What?
I mean, right?
Hey,
this is-
Silver.
Wait,
Could be
hey
silver.
Grim, do you want to go open that one too?
I mean, yeah, why not? That's fine with me. Oh no, Grim can't touch shiny rocks. Who cares?
You don't care about money anyway.
Doesn't care about money. I am perfect for
I'm
this.
sure
This is the one
this-
that fills the room with a fireball.
This ranger has got to be like.
So the ranger, yeah. The ranger is sitting there and he's just staring and he's just like,
I think Seti's having a crisis.
it's trapped, but it is in fact arcane.
And Rapsy are having crisis.
So Grim will open it.
If anybody has any, you're planning to open.
Get used
just-
to it.
He just backs up and steps to the side. He just
I'm gonna-
goes.
I'll step
He
like
steps
half
out
in
of the
front of him
way.
and put like like kind of what.
So you come in with your tentacles and you reach into it's just like a little side drawer, like an end table next to his bed, and he can see the arcane. It's not even that well hidden, and as
Not
you
even
just pull the
subtle.
drawer open, immediately silver mist just pops up and just flies into you. All your
Perfect.
silver just comes raining to the ground. Anything made of silver whatsoever on your person.
So somebody can pick up my 13 silver. And what's in there?
A pair of glasses.
Does anybody need a pair of glasses? I have some glasses here.
How stylish are they?
I'm just gonna
They
take
are
that, like, that
spectacles.
drawer.
They
I'm gonna take the drawer
are.
and just like flip it at somebody.
They are. You flip it
I'll
up in the
catch
air, and as it
Catch it.
flies through the air, somebody make me a dexterity. I guess dexterity check.
Can't touch them, but I
Catch
can
it.
flip them that
I'll
way.
try. I'll try to catch it.
All right,
Probably
you
not.
and Mitnir both try to catch it.
I'm also trying. I got a 17.
I got a
17?
Just all three of us just
14?
like, no.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. All right, I want Mitnir and Seti to both make a dexterity saving throw.
To avoid bonking heads.
I was gonna say, should I do the
19.
deflect missile thing?
What the fuck is happening?
A 15.
19, 15. As you guys collide into one another, there's a moment where the glasses hit the tips of your fingers, fly into the air. Then it looks like for a second, Orin's gonna catch it, but then Mitnir grabs onto Orin's jacket and pulls him back, and Seti falls and catches the glasses right as they're about to topple out of the tower.
Oh.
Now I'm gonna look for something made of copper.
He just starts walking around looking for copper.
Okay, but don't throw it, alright? These could be powerful magical items.
Okay, I won't throw it. It's
So you're looking at
fine.
these glasses. They have a very, very thin rims on them, but they are ornate silver rims. And then inside of these very round, like John Lennon-like style glasses are these like sort of like almost ultraviolet lenses.
Can I just kind of
Like
like hold them without putting the glasses on? Can I just hold it up and like look through them?
Yeah, you look through them and the world looks different.
Different how? Purple?
It does look purple, but looking around you can see lots of strange things. You like sort of like peer through it, and you're in the bedroom, right? You look at the lampshade and you see that there is a small naked person sitting there doing this. Inside of the lamp on the counter. So you look at the flame and then you move and it's just a flame. But when you put the glasses back up, you see this naked person bathing in flame.
Nice.
I think I'm seeing spirits. Like, is this like, can I do some kind of Arcana check to like identify what's happening here?
Sure.
That seems like a
14.
planar kind of thing.
Yeah, these are basically glasses, spectacles of true sight. They're called. These are the silver spectacles. Whoever has it has a golden gadget, and the other person has the platinum pen.
Okay.
Right, I have a platinum pen, right? That's the only one I think I can touch.
Well, it's in one of the bag of holdings.
Yeah. Platinum.
Oh, just give away. Look, I got the
Is it
notice. I can't even have the pen.
You might not want that pen.
I'm keeping this.
Maybe I do. Are
I
there
don't know
even?
what they do, so no one's having anything. They're going in the bag.
And I have.
Alright,
I've
I'm still looking for
experimented
something.
with items enough for today.
Yeah, we're
That's
not.
the
We're not
Hole in
fucking
the
around with
friggin'
anything.
ground.
Yeah.
I mean, all the dab in the grim is that I can't hold money. Oh well.
So you're looking around for something copper. Make me an investigation check. I remember you said that. And I just remembered to actually ask you.
Yeah. Oh, that time is good. And 20 that time.
Oh well, you do find a copper coffee pot.
Mm,
A copper coffee pot.
but it doesn't look like it's got runes and stuff on it.
Well, it's sitting on a burner, and there's a little copper cup next to the copper coffee pot.
Is there coffee in the coffee pot?
I mean, are you gonna go? Go grab the pot?
You should just check if there's cold
At it.
coffee.
You check inside the pot, and copper-colored mist rises into your face, and as it does, all your copper scatters onto the ground.
Oh, there's 12 copper.
Is somebody grabbing this?
There, anybody
And you
need the
get
coffee
a
pot?
copper.
I will take his money.
You get a copper cup of coffee with its
Proper
copper
cup of coffee and a proper
Coffee.
cup of coffee pot.
and a copper. You get your proper.
Proper cup of coffee and a proper cup of coffee pot.
That's
No, it's not
right.
hard.
You get that.
Does it only make cold coffee though?
Now,
No.
do we think there's
It makes
anything
copper coffee and it's
electro?
copper.
What is electro? Grim doesn't
Proper
know
cup of
metals
coffee
very
and a proper
well.
coffee pot.
All you want is a proper copper.
A proper cup of coffee and a proper coffee pot.
The proper coffee
Not that
pot
hard.
copper.
He's fine.
That's all
He's
you want?
Fine.
Anyway, so you guys get that. You get a copper coffee pot. And a cup to go with it.
Well, Grim doesn't, because he can't touch them. So
Grim can't touch anything but platinum. He can no longer touch the other metals.
I just can't touch
Precious
money metals.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't touch precious metals. It's fine.
I can touch iron and
We'll put the copper pot in
Steel.
Roxy's bag of holding. Since she's
That's
the only one who
mithril.
can say it properly.
Was I supposed to acquire all of the monies from all of that?
I grabbed
the monies
Grim's
have been.
lesser change.
I think I also had 13 copper.
I got
Okay.
I got the copper and the
Roxy
silver. I don't
And-
know who has your Roxy has your
This is so beautiful.
537 gold.
Yeah,
I did not realize that you guys would just circumvent this arduous task and these very inconvenient curses by just sacrificing Grim to the greater good.
And Grim doesn't care.
It's just like, well, Grim doesn't need money.
I can hold the important. I can hold the important shiny rock. Still, it's fine. No, do you think there is an electro or aqueum one? That's fine too. That's fine. Let's look around.
Look, we can't. As much as I like shiny new objects to maybe make something out of this horrible evening, I think we should really focus on the fact that we need to get moving. Uh-oh. Did I crash?
We broke her. She's broken.
I'm back, I think. Dream is
I gotta take everything else back.
My music's gone.
Thing's definitely toast.
Dream is totally fucked.
Hey, Bropsy's still on the
Dream
stream.
is broken to hell.
Okay, we're working.
Ooh. Here we go.
I need to turn on
Have
my
to go
camera.
live.
Ooh, why was that in the middle?
All right, there we go. Because I didn't have my camera on. I'm back. All right.
I'm here.
Okay.
I think we should keep moving.
All right. Yeah, no, we should find the other things out there.
But we didn't finish resting. Is everyone ready to keep going?
No, if we found an iron one, people couldn't stab you with a sword. I'm just saying.
Well,
unless it was made of steel.
But then you wouldn't be able to hold the sword either.
So I hold the stick.
Unless he held a platinum sword.
All right. I think we have to keep.
Sword?
I think we have to keep moving. I can't make another dome or anything, and the longer we stay out, the more cold threat we get. And now we're, moving more dangerously, arguably, because we don't have the lizards. So I think we need to.
Investigation check. Natural 20.
Investigation check. Natural 20.
I'm looking for other metal things.
Okay, you find plenty of things that are made of metal, and
like
as you touch them, pick them up, and all kinds of different stuff. You do not seem to find anything that seems to react in the way that.
I think we've got them all. It's okay. We're good.
Don't you ritually cast the dome?
Oh, I could ritually cast it. You're right. I forgot.
And nothing else, though. We didn't find anything else interesting. Just the metal things, right?
As you look around this place, there's plenty of books on the bookshelf. You are.
You're
being
the one
attacked
with
by
the detect magic going around.
The whole bookshelf is pretty much magical.
Yeah.
There seems to be some light enchantments on like a whole bunch of random knickknacks and items. Like there's an enchanted brush inside of the wardrobe. When you open it up, it keeps trying to brush your hair, but it like is not gentle. Like you find a whole bunch of randomly enchanted items. You open a cupboard and you find a broom that the second you open the door, it just starts moving around the room, but it's like an inch above the ground. So it swings and it moves the dust, but it never quite sweeps it all the way.
Somebody's not very good at enchanting things.
I think maybe we should work on getting out and then maybe do a rest to get back what you guys use up to get us out.
Yeah, agreed. I'll cast the dome up top once we find a good spot.
Okay. So I assume you guys are gonna just bird transform, bring everybody up top or something to that.
That sounds good.
Cool. Sounds good.
And then you will continue to find your long rest, which will happen as long as nobody does anything.
So
much.
If you want to work with the hammer, just don't hit it hard into the ground.
Would anybody else like to do watch for these last 2 hours? I'm gonna say you only need 2 more hours of rest.
I think if we're in the dome and it's
Okay.
set up to be opaque and stuff, like shielded, camouflage.
Sure. Okay, and as you settle in up there, and you all find rest for the rest of the night, take your long rest, and you greet the next day. Sun is up.
We get we get another cold threat, right?
You do get another cold threat.
Oh no.
No, you already got your other cold threat.
Yeah, we started.
You already got that.
Okay.
Yeah, we did that before.
Okay.
This
was only our second night? Jesus.
That was only your second night.
Right.
gonna have to go fast.
So
Gotta go fast.
for
Well, we
today's...
did make up some time, so we only have like half a day travel or something like that, don't we?
Well, I think we fell behind again, though. I think it evened out.
No, it didn't. No, we fell back. We were ahead 12
The
and we
thing is,
lost
you've
6.
lost your navigator.
Yeah.
So,
So first things first, as soon as we're all up in the morning, talk to the ranger. Can you get us
Double
where we're
check.
going?
I can certainly get us there. And he takes out a device, which you see is on his hand, and as he pops it up, you see what looks like a sort of... It's almost like a GPS that sort of pops up from a little crystal in his hand. It looks like to be like aquam, but it kind of like blows up with like a little bit of light, and you can see that there's a few dots on it. But what it appears to be is a bunch of lines, and then dots, and then another dot at the base. And he says, "We look to be maybe about a half day's journey. If we
lizard
were
or on
on
foot?
lizard back on foot, I'd say we're probably looking at moving on a quarter of that speed."
Well, we can turn into
So-
different animals and get faster. So can somebody... Did we decide we can polymorph into the lizard or not?
I believe polymorph is... I want to say that polymorph is only beasts
It
that
is
you
only
can turn
beasts.
into.
It is only beasts. Those aren't beasts.
These are not beasts.
Okay.
I think they're like monstrosities or elementals or something.
They are technically elementals.
Which is bullshit because I can turn into an elemental anyway because of my moon
That's a different thing, though.
Different magics.
We
All right.
can just fly.
What's the biggest? Oh, you know what? What's the challenge rating? You can turn into what's his name?
Buddy?
Yeah, she can turn
Yeah.
into Buddy and we just run on the back of a T-Rex.
You
I don't
think
know-
a T-Rex is going to do well in the cold?
Yeah.
Well,
They're
then I don't know
warm-blooded.
if that's...
Dinosaurs are warm-blooded. They're not cold-blooded. So
Right,
it'll be just
but-
as fine as any other person.
They're not... I mean, I'd like to go fast. Is there something faster? Like, I know
Ice Age would disagree with you.
Sage didn't kill dinosaurs. A gigantic meteor did.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was like miles wide. I'm just saying, it's the best, it's the fastest, most efficient way.
Ride a giant chicken, it's fine.
You
Same
know,
thing.
Pretty sure the birds are fastest, most efficient way.
So the
They
thing
would
about the
move a lot
birds is we would
further
have...
than a
We would
T-Rex.
have to fly low, right? We don't want to attract
Yeah.
the rock, so we stay low to the ground.
There's no
That's
reason we
fine.
can't do that.
Okay.
I mean, if we're
Well, if you're
on a
going to
different
turn
animal,
into
we're
birds, you need to be
literally on-
aware that traveling through these blizzards will likely become more difficult. But I'm willing to trust your judgment if you think you can fly through them. Otherwise, there's a reason we choose something
say that
a
everything I
creature
can-
that can climb well, swim well, and run across all sorts of surfaces. Because there are often walls out here. There are often crevasses. Flight might be good if we stay clear, but it
I
could
think-
take longer.
I think flight is probably the best we can do. It's the only... Blizzards are the only thing that would be a problem for it. And...
What about a Plesius?
We've only seen the T-Rex. Unless we know, do either of us have any like large warm pack animals? Like, have you ever seen like
A mammoth?
right? Like, I don't know if mammoths are found in this.
I
don't-
can do big bears and dire wolves.
Oh, yeah, we've definitely seen bears. Yeah.
How fast are they?
The T-Rex is definitely the fastest, but it's probably not a great climber.
Have
Well-
very big arms. Yeah.
Let's have this conversation.
I mean,
as
it
we
is huge, though,
start.
so it depends how much, how big...
Here's another thing, though. You're talking polymorphs, which are only an hour long.
No, I'm not talking.
I'm
about
talking
us at the
about my
moment.
druid.
I'm just thinking of what forms we have. What's your limit right now? You're higher than me, right?
Am I?
Well, you have a higher max CR because you're
You're a circle of the
you're
moon.
circle. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your whole thing is transforming.
I can wild shape up to a 3.
Yeah, I can only do a 1. So
Mm.
let me look. Of ones that I would have seen realistically, let me look.
Well, start walking. while they figure out what they're gonna turn into.
Yeah, the ranger.
We can walk and talk too. I was just trying to think
Giant
of what would be the
ape is
best.
only 40 feet. But that's also polymorph.
I mean, we flew to their little outpost. Why don't we just fly?
Well, you know what? I've seen Ernie.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I've seen Ernie.
Wandered into a big pig.
I mean,
He's a very big pig.
He's a very big pig, and he's
I'm
got a
not
lot
sure
on.
his legs have much clearance for snow.
Yeah,
Technically, his stat block is currently a dire boar. Or
That's probably too high. Yeah, that's probably too high CR then.
I don't think he can climb or swim, but sure.
I vote we go for birds, and if we run into a blizzard and it's a problem, we will deal with that when it happens.
Fair enough. Whichever it is that you are.
I'm not sure. I like the idea of flying in a blizzard, but
well, there isn't a blizzard right now, so don't worry about it.
That's the idea.
That's future you's problem.
All right, shall we?
Yeah, let's go.
sure.
So as you both turn it wild shape into giant owls, eagles,
Yeah,
eagles, and begin to fly. What is your pacing on that?
I don't know.
What is your movement speed? As a
Like
giant
40
eagle?
foot, I think.
Let me see.
I think
we
it's pretty
fly-
good. I think it's at least 60 foot fly speed.
80 foot.
80
But
foot. fly
but we're carrying 2 people, right? So
You're carrying 2 people,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go ahead and say
I think you settled on 40 last time.
yeah, 40 sounds about right. If you're each carrying 2 people.
Yeah.
Seti,
Yeah.
Bropsy. Well, what about the other dude? We have an extra person.
It'd be Arn and the other dude.
Actually, I thought weren't you guys carrying 3 people before?
No, we were carrying 2.
Well,
Okay.
because I can
we
also
had 3 at
I
one
can
point.
I can polymorph for an hour if I need to.
Like I have
If you
Mitmir
just
and
have 1 on your back and 1 in your claws, I'm not going to slow you down that much. So I'd say 60 foot. So about the same as the lizards.
Okay.
We also
so-
had heavier. We had more people with a higher total weight.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, last time we had 1 on the back and 1 in each claw.
Yeah. So,
So, like-
as you guys begin flying this time, it's definitely going to go a little bit faster than before. You begin heading out, and I'm going to roll for your first 6 hours. Oh gosh. It's clear. You get 6 hours of travel, which is on pace. Okay. And then the blizzard picks up.
Ah, shit.
Some probably only a straight shot. Honestly, going around it may be worthless considering how close you would be to your destination. You're in your 6-hour travel point to your destination. To try to circumvent it, you would just be burning time and trying to go around and waiting out the storm. What would you like to do?
which way is the wind blowing?
It seems to be blowing in towards you from your destination.
That's gonna be hard to fly through.
Quick question: how long does your B shapes last?
4 hours?
5 hours each, I think.
5 hours. Yeah.
5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then at the end of 5 hours, we would have had to land.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Correct. So, but it's just a re-up, right? So you land and then pay back off again. I'm not going to really add it into the any of a real trouble or slowdown to what you're doing.
At the end of the 6 hour and the start of the next is when we see the blizzard. Is that what you said?
Yes. So you are currently
we
in
would have
flight
already
mode.
re-upped. Yeah.
So you'd have 4 hours of flight before you have to re-up, but it would be in a blizzard that you would have to re-up, or you could just re-up before
I can't
you go.
re-up. I only have 2.
Okay.
We could just try to get as far into the blizzard as we can. I can cast a dome in there, keep the blizzard out, so that we can camp.
These blizzards can bring many marvels or dangers. There's no way to know how it will shake out, but I'm willing to travel however you all see fit.
How long do you think it would take to go around it?
We would be scouting with as slow as this storm is moving, at least a day, is what it would cost us in rest and movement. We would certainly accrue more curse during that time.
Ropsy, do you have another wild shape? Or are you also capped? You can nod or shake your head.
We get 2, don't we?
You both have 2.
Thank you.
I get 2. I just don't know if you get an extra one for
Yeah, you might have more.
Let me look. I don't know.
We found a tower already. I say we go for it.
It'll have.
Sonia has 2
Okay.
for now.
For now,
Okay.
when do I get more?
Later.
But you still
As
have
you-
polymorph too. So.
As you begin to head into the
Right.
storm, I
If-
assume at this point.
Here's the deal. If the blizzard becomes too much, polymorph into body. I assume he can hunker down through a blizzard pretty well. Right? And maybe that'll be easier going through the blizzard.
It's pretty big.
Well,
Yeah, but he's heavy.
we cannot waste your magics if that's the way it is. We should probably head out. We're only burning time discussing.
Let's go.
As you guys continue flying in, who wants to roll the d10?
Ooh, who's
Well,
feeling lucky?
I think it's well, it's back to me now, isn't it?
But do you want to do
Did my last one even count? Because we were resting.
Oh, right.
Nope, yours did not count. Roll
So-
now for roll a d10.
Let's fuck everyone up a little bit. Let's go. What
Hey,
more
I already
could
took care of it.
possibly happen?
I mean, I'll roll it if you really want me.
Yeah, I mean, Mitnir killed a guy.
Another 5.
You rolled a what?
5.
I'm going to do
You've
the
done a 5?
closest one. You've done 5. You've
It's
done
done
5
5,
and
I've
you've
done
done
6.
6.
Last time I rolled
But you
it.
have
4.
not had 4. So I will do 4. You begin heading into the storm. It's thick. You're flying for a while. The storm breezes into you. The ice is strong. Like how you changed it to battle music.
Yeah, we're
And you
fighting
see
a
a-
storm, man.
You see a single light sort of moving in a strange way down on the ground below ahead of you, some 50 or 60 feet. It's the only thing you can see other than this one being the thickest storm you've seen so far. And yet you see something moving in just the weirdest way, this single light. Sort of doing this, moving, and then moving, and then moving.
I want to get a closer look.
Okay.
Giant land walking anglerfish.
You hear her whisper that to you. I assume she's writing Bropsy.
Sure.
Bropsy, would you like to take a closer look?
If I'm instructed to do so.
She said she would like to get a closer look.
I will ready an Eldritch Blast if it becomes a dangerous situation.
I will oblige.
As you fly closer, you see something hopping with a lantern on its back. Moving. As a giant ice-covered toad moves its way through the snow, wearing a 3-piece suit, a monocle, and the thickest mustache you've ever seen.
Is that a frog?
I want to make friends with it.
Hops.
Let's just...
Each one of its hops seems to take it a few dozen feet away. Sort of settles in the snow, looks around a bit.
Can I turn into one of these guys now?
I will find out for you.
A giant icy toad boy?
I think he might just be icy because he's in a blizzard.
Huh, that's fair.
But where's he going all dressed up?
I can turn into a giant toad.
I was like, why does this sound familiar? And then I was like, because it's not that
No, because it is a monstrosity.
Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to keep an
So
eye on
probably
it.
not a
but-
friend.
Yeah, don't go too
But it's-
close. That's just a weird thing to find out here in the middle of a blizzard. Oh, can I dig out the true sight glasses and look?
Sure.
Yeah, okay. What do I see?
So as you pull the glasses on and you see this thing flying, or hopping as sort of in the similar direction to where you guys are flying, you see, looking into it, you see what appears to be a man sitting on a chair and shuffling through what looks to be like maybe a money sorter inside of an illusory frog that is hopping around.
Huh. There's a man sorting money inside that frog.
What? Like Mire sticks his head like against yours to like try to like look through the glasses while you're wearing them. Like, what?
Money?
There's a man
Tokens.
sitting there counting money.
Could be tokens.
That's what if they're
They're discs, and it is definitely like it's like blue outlines. It's like it's not corporeal looking. It's
This is like a spirit realm, like ethereal plane kind of thing. But that is one weird frog.
Squawk at Bropsy. Like,
Hey,
what's talking about?
Can I turn and look at Orin with the glasses on?
okay. You turn and you look at Orin.
Uh-huh.
He's on something else flying a little bit further away, so it's kind of hard to see in the distance, but you do see what appears to be goat horns on his head.
Mhm.
And you can also see just like a light pouring out from him and the cascading sort of like fractured glass just moving over his skin. I mean, when you look at everybody, they kind of have a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm just checking out everybody's like fractures.
Yeah, you look at Mitnir, and he's a bright dragon, like just moving. He's just like glowing tremendously, like
full on dragon instead of dragonborn.
No, he's a dragonborn. He's in his shape, but he's like radiant.
She's gonna regret looking at Grim.
You look at Grim, and you see what appears to be just like a massive mound of pulsating and undulating fungus. Just over top of this sort of fur bulk.
Is it glowing though?
Well, I'm in a bird right now, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess at the moment he's flapping and it's Grim, and he's flapping and he's just covered in mushrooms that are forming the shapes of wings.
I got to get the mirror and see what I look like.
You look at Bropsy, she's currently just herself flying, and it just looks like Bropsy is flying, but bigger.
Oh.
And you can see that her feathers are completely white.
So should we visit the frog or just keep going?
Let's ignore the frog. Like, I mean, keep an eye
If
on
the
it. But that's some
person,
weird
it might have
frog shit.
tokens.
I don't know what's happening with the frog. But I don't want to find out. In case it's bad.
Can I see the frog?
Can you see the frog? Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna fly to the frog.
You're gonna fly to the frog?
Of course I am.
All right, so you got Orin and Mitnir with you, and as
you got the
ranger with you as you fly down, and then the ranger's like, "What? What are we doing? What is happening?" And as you land, and this frog is hopping sort of away from you as you land behind it, and then it goes.
Talking to him in giant eagle.
That's
Be like,
frog.
"Hello, Mr. Frog. How are you today?" It's not the talking.
It opens its mouth and it looks at you and goes, "Ma."
You're also an eagle, so I don't know how you're talking to a frog.
I'm talking to him in giant eagle.
Ma?
And the question is, does my ability work on him or not, since he's a monstrosity? My what's that thing called? The Furbolg thing.
Doesn't that only work on beasts?
And plants. Animals and plants. I don't even know if it specifies beasts, but it says yeah.
His one glass eye.
Not any.
His one glass eye just looks like a monocle right now with his mustache and everything else. Tiny little top hat.
Didn't they say there's a person inside him?
That's what her glasses made it seem like.
Yeah.
As he's sitting there, he's looking at you, and he just goes, and he opens his mouth and sort of gestures forward.
Like kind of like bird, like like little bird, like cock head to the side thing.
It's a mouth, and it's a toad's mouth, and it is open for you, and you can see that you can't see into the mouth. It just becomes darkness after a few inches into his massive mouth. And this thing is like not a small toad. It is bigger than your eagle is.
Hey, Bropsy, or Sorry. Hey, Seti, you said there was like a guy counting money inside or something?
Yeah, like in the ethereal plane or something. Like this thing isn't really a frog I don't know what it is, but
All right,
don't
well,
fuck with it. Get out of there.
Let's see what happens. I'm gonna take out a platinum and throw it in his mouth.
And its tongue opens up and comes out, and there is a single healing potion sitting on its tongue.
It's a frog merchant.
Telekinesis it.
That is an expensive healing potion.
That is a cheap healing potion.
Oh, okay.
That's a 150 gold healing potion I got for 10 gold.
Yeah, gotcha.
Throwing things in its mouth.
Right?
Yeah, it's just a regular one.
It's a aquam. See what happens if you feed it some aquam.
Yeah, because it's just a regular healing potion.
It croaks.
I will add one to my.
Glad
and it turns
that my
away from you,
suspicions.
and then it's just like, "Bruh," and it sort of tips its top hat to you, and it's.
Okay, that's kind of
There you go.
actually.
Nothing else. We got the potion.
Well, that was new.
It just felt like an obvious trap because why would the frog be out here in the middle of a blizzard, very close to where
You guys,
Avatar is?
this is the only time you will meet this thing. If you guys want to fuck with it, feel free.
It's very clearly a merchant. We can see if it has stuff.
I should have known with the monocle and the top hat and the mustache.
And the man counting money inside.
Riding a giant mechanical horse. How would we know?
I'm gonna talk to Brobsy and be like, "Hey, you want to ask?" Like in Eagle, I'll be like, "You want to ask them if they want anything from this frog?" Apparently, he's like spits out potions. But it's in like.
You guys don't know how he works. All you know is that you gave him a single platinum coin and he gave you a potion. That's all you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He spits out potions.
We should probably keep going.
I want to keep going. I want to get through this storm.
But if there's a chance he has tokens, you know, sure.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
All right.
We're on a timer here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you guys wave goodbye to the bouncing ice toad and fly away, you continue moving on. Let me go look at the move instructions for this one. Skip all that. You poor fools.
Yes, he probably had something really good that we could get from him.
Yes. But then as you guys continue moving, the storm still thick all around you. You see ahead the outlines of what appears to be sort of ridge line. And then you hear your ranger companion, whose name you have yet to ask.
I would have asked.
Says, "There's the wreck up ahead. I don't see glass, but I do see what's left of the ship." And you guys look and you see that there is like a slight glow in the distance, like a little bit of a pulse. He says, "That's probably zephyrite on board. Still alive. Still beaconing. We can either wait for glass or we can proceed."
Shall we scout out the area a bit, see what we might be running into? Or
Entirely up to you.
We could try to go.
We know it's probably Yetis.
Probably.
That was a Yeti nest there, yes. It would not be surprising if there were half a dozen or so Yetis here at any given point. Potentially at night, the entire nest would be full, so maybe a few dozen.
How big is zephyrite? How heavy is it? How much do we need?
That was
that
given
before
to
we
you beforehand. I believe it was like 300 pounds or something.
Right.
I don't know for sure.
So now we have to figure out how to carry 300 pounds of zephyrite without the lizards.
Yes.
Is there a limit on the weight that my bag of holding can take?
There's a limit to the size.
Yes, and I don't know
that your
how
bag of holding can
big
take.
is
300 pounds is not going to break it. Well, it depends on the size of the chunks.
Normal
long as they
bag
fit for the
holding
opening.
can do 500 pounds.
Oh, really? Well, there you
A
go.
normal one, yes. And yours is supposed to be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So it could certainly hold 300.
I can become invisible and potentially try to sneak in and load up on as much of this stuff as I can. And this chisel cuts through shit like butter, apparently, so I could probably break it down into manageable chunks. And
Well,
if...
That's not a quiet process.
No, but distractions could be made to draw the Yetis away. And if I get caught, I can dimension door out. It's a proposal. I'm open to other ideas.
Well, the more time we spend, the more curse we accumulate.
I want to do this as quickly as possible.
How much time till nightfall?
At this point, hold up. So this was the last one.
It was like half a day's travel to get here, I think, right?
Yeah. Okay. So you
Yeah, we're gonna run out with 2 hours left.
No, you've got a little bit of time left before the next absolute thing. Cold threat. You're at 64 hours from when you left.
64 already? I thought this was the third day.
This is 64 hours. 72 hours is 3 days.
Oh, I'm not braining correctly.
The other option would be to get in there, spend the night there, and start leaving beginning, but that means we have to scare out the Yetis.
Well, if more Yetis come there to sleep at night, then they're going to outnumber us by a lot.
We either want to do it now before nightfall, or we want to wait until after they leave in the morning.
Still have 8 hours till it's midnight, so it would be backtracking with 4 in the afternoon.
So we don't have a lot of time before
Nightfall's really close.
Where are we?
From here, I would say you guys are about a mile away.
So I'm probably not a bird anymore.
Shouldn't take you long to get there. No.
All right.
You guys saw them as you were flying in, though. Like you've landed at this point, and I would say that you are no longer birds. It did not take all 6 hours to make it here, because you did not spend any time with the front.
Sigh.
All right. I could just set up the dome here, and we could camp. Try to wait, see if Glass and the lizard show up, and have better ideas. We could scout the area, see what else we might be dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then go in the morning after the Yetis have cleared out a bit. Because right now, it seems they might be coming back soon. I don't know, obviously, as well as you probably do. But does that sound right?
It sounds fair. Like a fair enough plan. I'm willing to yield to your opinion, as I cannot do this by myself. If it were me, I would probably wait for Glass. Strike when I know
we're at full strength.
that there are people who have my back. No offense, but I've just met you, and so far you have proven to be a less than cautious group. And the idea of trusting you to sneak into anywhere, or honestly accomplish any plan that you set out to do beforehand, seems likely to fail.
It has not been our best couple of days.
I'm more than happy to follow along, because the alternative is me trying to take on a Yeti nest by myself, which is suicide.
All right.
So
let's set up a camp. I'll make another dome. We'll be safe there for the night. Presumably.
How long does the dome last?
8 hours.
8 hours.
So if we rest now, it'll be midnight?
It'll be midnight.
We could...
So why don't we wait until it's nighttime and then go in? So that it's morning when we wake up? Well, yeah, if we go in, we sleep until midnight. No, they're all going to be there when we go in.
Yeah, no.
I mean, we could just hold position.
Yes. But in the meantime, we can do some scouting. I know the druids are out of wild shapes, but I could become like a tiny little bug or crow or something. Or
Yeah, we still have
I could go in.
polymorphs, and I have pass without trace.
Remember, if you turn into a bug, you have the intelligence of a bug.
Or
If you polymorph into a bug, if you wild shape, you retain your intelligence.
Well, wild shapes out of the picture, but
you can't wild shape into a bug.
Crows are very smart and they remember things. So crow would not be bad. I could also turn. Can I turn somebody invisible, or can I only do it to myself? I don't remember how that's.
I believe you touch.
Willing, you can. If you're willing, they can. They can. If they try to resist, it's a saving throw.
All right. Yeah. So I could turn somebody invisible, and if that somebody can fly, and get good distance, like Oren, you still have your wings for the day.
Yeah, but it only lasts a minute.
Mine lasts.
There's not a whole lot of flying.
Longer, but...
I believe I have a 10-minute fly spell, though it is a high level.
Well, if you can do that.
Is that a spell or an ability? So when you're
that one is a spell. It is controlling wind thing. I don't remember. Give me a sec.
I could turn Brapsy invisible. She could go scout for 10 minutes. See what else is around that we might need to be cautious of. The rest of us try to find a good campsite that is out of the way of anything she might find. Contrary to what has happened in the last several days. We can be cautious.
Freedom of the winds, 10 minutes.
Alright. My invisibility only lasts... it lasts an hour, never mind. You're good. So, I will do that if there are no objections.
Okay.
I have a question. The shield that gives you better perception, is that attunement?
No, you can have it.
Okay.
So you hand off the shield.
Mm-hmm.
She places it on her arm, hands you her shield in the meantime. So I assume you have a shield still. And as you pull the air around, you begin breathing. And as you pull the air around you and begin to lift into the air, you see that your feathers that sort of frame where your wings once were bristle on the air. And you feel as if, for the first time in a while, you have wings again. You take off into the sky as natural as if it had always been. And as you do, you see Seti finish playing her instrument and sending the noise after you. And as it catches up to you, the sound of her playing drapes over you like a veil, and you become invisible. Flying through this thick storm, you find yourself looking at this crashed ship. It looks like it's been here for a long time. Make me a perception check.
You have advantage.
Is it just advantage? Not a plus. Okay. That's a 9, because the other one was a freaking 1.
Looking at it, it's such a thick storm. And as you look down into the area, it looks empty. But you can see where there has definitely been signs of creatures having crawled around this thing and broken pieces of the ship that weren't broken in a crash, but look like they've been intentionally broken. You can see that there are actual piles of like refuse making small nest pieces for this pod to live in. And that's what you see. And you probably fly straight back because it's 10 minutes of flight and it is a mile away from where you guys were.
Oh, goodness. I didn't realize it was that far. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Fun.
Well,
that was helpful.
We have a lot of time, so like we can walk closer.
You could have moved way closer.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, you can move up to like the ridge and then fly. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So you're flying around, and you guys maybe try to find a way. If you're gonna do that, though, I need stealth rolls as you move in. Like these are the kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're from a mile away, nobody's gonna notice you. I'm not making you roll. But if you start sneaking closer, then you need to roll stealth.
I did have fast without trace, but I can't do that and fly.
Well, we would do all of our movement before we do any flying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to know how these things work.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So everybody just roll stealth.
You guys gotta tell me you're doing these things.
And then add 10.
Mm-hmm.
35 for me.
Nat 20 for a 32.
I got 23.
I got a nat 20, so that's also 35.
We are great at being stealthy right now.
Rolled a natural 20 for 36.
What do you mean how the barbarian is so stealthy?
So I got the
Every time we do
lowest one as a 23.
Wait, Grimroll? He's got advantage on stealth too.
Oh, he hasn't rolled yet.
22. Nope. 31.
So you guys are invisible as you move your way through the storm, leaving no trace behind, quite literally. Snow itself closing up around you. And as you make your way there... Yep. And as you make your way there to the edge, I'd say you guys are probably only about 100 yards from the wreckage itself. And with that level of closeness, you can see, in fact, without using your spells, keep your spell slots back. From the distance with your perception, you can make out that there are, in fact, individuals that are climbing inside and around the ship. There are furry, bipedal creatures.
Mm-hmm. But with some invisible aerial scouting, we could maybe get a count of how many and...
Sure, I will say that there looks to be maybe 5 or 6. By your count.
Is there anything else in the area?
Snow is thick. It is hard to say.
How hard is it to kill 5 or 6 yetis?
Well, we can...
The goat, and we have to worry about the dragon.
Yeah.
Goat thing, I think they said only came around nighttime, didn't they? Didn't it patrol at night?
I don't remember, but I have notes.
Even if that's true, what if it's not always true?
I will say that sneaking up to here has already cost you guys a couple hours.
Yeah,
It's a mile of moving stealthily.
It's probably already dark.
It's not dark yet. I don't think it would take you more than 2 hours to sneak a mile. So it's currently 6 in the afternoon. I'd say you guys have about maybe 2 hours before it's actual night. It's twilight. Before the sun has gone down.
Can't remember which session it was that we learned all this.
Well, regardless,
Yeah.
if there's 6 Yetis there, we could potentially, I don't know, take them out, grab what we need, and leave before nightfall.
But what if the other Yetis show up?
Yeah, I think, and we have tapped a lot of our resources to get this far today. I vote for erring on the side of caution and setting up camp for the night. And hoping our luck holds through morning. Where we can make a better assault after the Yetis leave for the day. But I can be
Well, if
outvoted.
that's what we're doing, then we need to move it away from here.
Yeah, this is too close.
Well, it's entirely up to you all what you would like to do.
Well, let's get out of visual range and make camp.
Yeah, I'll look for like some kind of like the backside of some kind of ridge or something.
All right. You guys move wherever you want. Just find a place. So you move further away from the ridge line, back out into the little bit more snowy areas, and begin going through the ritual casting and putting up the dome.
Yep.
Okay. The night begins to fall, and you guys doing anything before sleep or just resting?
I need to try to attune to that fucking weapon again. If I'm gonna use it.
Well, we gotta do watches too, so.
Yeah. So I will use.
I'll do a watch.
I'll do a watch. I'll do first watch. I'll go first.
Sure. You guys have plenty of time, so because it's still only like.
Well, the dome
6
is
in the afternoon.
the dome
like
is
6
8
at night.
hours, but we need it for shelter and warmth. So like, I mean, we could just make camp and not set up the dome until we're ready to start sleeping.
Sure.
During which time I would try to attune to the thing. However, I can like, obviously, I'm not going to start hammering at the ground, but maybe try just feeling it out, working with it like a weapon, like practicing my like fencing form and stuff, and then like throwing in some like hammer swings, like trying to get a feel for how the two would work, dual wielding.
Make me a performance check.
12.
You begin moving around with it, swinging it. You've never dual wielded a hammer.
No.
You never wielded a hammer.
No.
You certainly never dual wielded a hammer with a chisel.
Nope.
And tried to do anything with it. It looks kind of awkward, especially compared to your normal grace.
Yeah.
You have a rough time feeling compatible with this at all at the moment.
For as much time as I have, I'm just going to keep with it until it either feels better or doesn't.
Oren, I need your tokens.
What?
Can I borrow your tokens?
What are we doing?
My 15 tokens are sitting on the ground next to me already.
Oh, you making a little pile?
Yeah. I'm starting to, like, as I say that, I'm start going like 1, 2.
Sure.
Okay. Start piling up tokens.
Yeah, so I have like 30. His tokens and mine would be 30, so I'm doing 1, 2. Just moving them to a new stack and counting them.
Little small pile back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do that, you feel cold come over you. Like the curse is now applying directly to your body. But you keep moving them back and forth. Meanwhile, the night will continue to move forward. Time is it now? Is 6? Yeah. As you continue to move the pile back and forth, you feel the cold beginning to build up on you. Like any second it could strike. Like your health could be drawn away from you. But if you keep doing this for the full 6 hours right up until midnight, you will just beat getting hit. And the warmth will start flooding the area around you.
Yep, that's what that's all I'm doing.
I mean,
I got nothing else to do quiet.
You need exactly 6 hours to make that work. So I will allow you to do it because you started right now.
Should I add my tokens to the pile?
You certainly can. It
And
just makes the area bigger.
Yeah.
I like at this point, Midnight is very much like 1, 2. Like,
I mean, it's enough to create a small little bubble of warmth.
So 30 tokens, how big's the bubble? Covers all of us?
It only needs
3-foot radius.
30-foot radius?
3.
3. That's
3.
Yeah, that's not.
Then yeah, let's get more.
I mean, if you just sleep
We
like
can just pile all
on
of ours
me,
together.
Well, once the dome goes up, we just need.
But if you all want
as
to
much
take
as we
all of
fill
your
them.
tokens and make it into one, then you certainly can.
Yeah. I'll add mine. I have, what, 16?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
add mine too.
All right, so that puts you at 60. So that's 6-foot radius, which is bigger than the dome by 2 feet.
75. Alright. For 5
I
rolls.
don't know if the other guy wants to do his too, but
I don't think we need that much.
No, you guys are fine with just what you have. As the warmth finally kicks in, you guys find yourself surrounded by more than enough warmth. You set up a temporary safe zone. The lizard had an idea. So, is there anything anybody would like to do before you all find rest? Except for Mitnir, who was occupied, obviously, counting.
Now,
There-
does he have to do that all night, or can he switch off?
You don't know how this works.
I thought they said that you just have to, if you have them not touching anybody, like if they're just gathered together. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, but they also can't stay in the same spot for a certain amount of time or something like that, right?
I saw a
I don't
big
know.
man in
I'd
cage
have
counting.
to make
I'm
an
doing.
intelligence check to do it.
When we said a group before, I remember.
I think that is right. I
They
think
had,
you're right.
like,
Yeah,
a
I think they do have to
bundle
be moving.
on their
Yeah,
lap
they
or
just have to
something.
be shifted around. It doesn't have to be like
Yeah.
big movement, just
Mm-hmm. They just have to be moved every now and again.
Keep them in a sack and shake them.
while Seti is practicing, I think there's determination, there's frustration when she realizes nothing's happening. And I'd like to think that at some point it just kind of becomes sort of meditative almost. Like she just closes her eyes and keeps moving and striking and trying to feel the magic by not trying to feel the magic, you know?
Mm-hmm. Make me
And
a
She just
wisdom check with proficiency.
she just thinks of Cleary and the sculptures he made. 15.
15. You begin swinging around, and you feel at first like, it was really awkward, and then you keep doing it. It feels more natural, and then eventually you're moving, and you just feel like you're dancing, and then you realize you're not holding anything in your hands anymore. You look and you see that your hands are empty.
I try to summon my pact weapon.
Your pact weapon was your other thing, right?
It was the Dusk Shard.
Yeah, the dust shard appears.
I don't understand. I try to.
As you're sitting there. Okay, go ahead.
I do the same thing with the Dust Shard that I was doing with the other one. Just like pretend that I'm still wielding a hammer.
Start swinging the dust shard. It just feels wrong now
Yeah.
for what you were doing. And then you feel like light on you, and you look up. You see that the storm has finally passed. You're sitting there beneath the sky, and there's still snow falling, but there's also that rim of light, that single artificial
Moon.
pale light, and then that ribbon of light trickling off of it. And you look up at it, and it feels like it's getting bigger. Super slowly. You're almost not even sure if it's real.
I don't like that.
Stranger danger.
I think I just sit down.
22. 23.
Does anybody else feel like the moon's getting closer, or am I really tired?
You guys all look up at the artificial moon, and it looks the same as it always does
26.
when you see it.
I just
Looks the same to me.
just look up at it.
As they say, it looks the same, and you break your meditation. You're like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. It looks the same. And you put your chisel and your hammer back into the bag, absent-mindedly.
What did that look like for us? Like watching.
She was swinging it in her hands, and then she was like moving the thing and just sort of like dancing under the moonlight, and then she just sort of stopped, and she sort of looked up at the moon, and then she said, "Is the moon getting bigger?" And then she sat down, and she absentmindedly put the chisel and the hammer back into her bag.
But they saw the chisel and hammer the whole time.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, you don't know that. You just put your chisel and hammer away.
But I know that I didn't have them, and then I put them away.
No, you're absent-mindedly. Like, you put your weapon away. You know that. But it wasn't, it's not like, oh shit, I put it away. It's, you put it away.
So you're saying that I lose focus on what I'm doing, and...
Pretty much. But you guys watch her put the hammer and chisel away.
I wasn't done.
Okay, you don't have to be done.
The dust shard isn't attuned. It's just a part, it's a fracture.
I thought it was attuned still.
No. It's just a fracture. That was part of leveling it up. So, does it still feel wrong? Or did I put that away?
No, you don't have it. You don't have it. If it's no longer attuned to you and it's just sitting on your hip, it's just sitting on your hip.
Well, it's still my packed weapon, unless I attuned to the new one, because that's what I was trying to do.
No, if it's still your packed weapon, then you're attuned to it as your packed weapon.
Yes.
And so it disappears and reappears upon summoning.
But it's not an attunement slot.
I guess not. I don't know.
That's what you told me when I leveled it up. Okay. So what I was trying to do was attune to the light splitter and make it my packed weapon. So if my packed weapon is working...
That's fine. You're attempting to do it. Your packed weapon is still working. Your other packed weapon is still working as your packed weapon. The dust shard. Yes.
But it feels weird.
You have not completed the... No, it just doesn't... It feels like your packed weapon. It doesn't feel like the movements felt wrong when you were attempting to do the same movements as with the chisel and the hammer.
Okay. Whatever.
That's all I said.
I'll go to bed.
What? I can't help it with you. You confuse me. You start talking about mechanics and shit on top of RP shit, so it gets confusing.
I know. Yeah. So, yeah. But I need, mechanically, I need to know if I'm attuned to stuff.
No, you're attuned to the original sword. You did not successfully attune to a weapon, to the weapon.
I'll go to bed.
Okay.
Man, Cleary and his weapon playing hard to get.
I think Seti, before she... Because this is our last night before whatever happens.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't attune to it, you want me to?
If you can, you're welcome to try.
Mitnir chuckles. 44. 45.
I mean, at least one of us should try and get it going.
So he's like, sure, and then you're like, wait a second, I totally don't have that anymore. It disappeared.
You're confusing me.
But then I'll just be like, no.
As far as I
She's not aware that she put it in her bag. As far as you know, it disappeared.
But I know she put it in her bag.
Yeah, you know she put it in her bag.
So I'll be like, if you want to just get it out of your bag and hand it to me?
They vanished.
No, it's in your bag. You know what? I'll get it.
Vanished.
I'll reach into the bag and get it myself.
So as you reach into the bag, he pulls out the hammer and the chisel.
Are you seeing things, hun?
But they were
What
gone.
happened?
I was practicing with them, and then they were gone, and then the moon started getting bigger, and then it just... I got really sleepy.
They weren't gone. You had them the whole time.
Hey, was your dad messing with you or something? Isn't he the Moonweaver?
Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver? Oh, I thought it was Moonweaver for some reason.
Well, he's part of
'Cause
the
that's a
Twilight
deity.
Court, which is a thing, but...
1, 2.
Like, I don't know anymore. I'm gonna cast the dome and go to bed.
So she begins doing the ritual to cast the dome. You now have the chisel and hammer. What are you doing?
I'm going to attune to it.
Okay, how would you like to go about attuning to this weapon?
Well, I know he used this to build things, and I'm pretty familiar with building things as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably look at it from that perspective.
Okay.
So kind of like tools.
So you use it to try to like shave some wood or something, or shave some sort of material? To
Not
sculpt
the
or to...
ice.
What specifically you're going to try to do?
I think I will gather up a bunch of snow and just make a blob of snow and use it to shape out like a snowman or something.
Okay.
Something silly.
As you begin,
make the ground collapse.
as you begin doing that, you move the blade through it, and you do, and go straight through, and the snow cuts for a moment, and then doesn't move.
Yeah, I'm gonna do little taps.
Yep, you do little
As
taps,
I-
and the
as
blade
I
goes
shape.
straight through, and it doesn't seem to shape it at all. Your blade just moves straight through it.
So I put the blade in and do a tap.
And as you get close enough for the handle itself to touch, it'll dent into the snow.
It doesn't do
But
anything though.
No, you just ting it, right? And you ting it. Doesn't seem to really do much. Like it just kind of like pushes the snow. As your hand kind of like, again, you feel very little to no resistance because it's just a pile of snow here. So you don't even feel the resistance of really the handle hitting it. It's just kind of like you're just tapping it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to have much of any reaction.
I mean, I'm pretty smart. I feel like I can figure this thing out.
All right. So as you continue to focus with this item, and you get kind of frustrated because you're trying to use it to shape something like a tool, and it's not even doing its job. So I feel like it's a little frustrating.
Watching, like this whole time, right? He's just like counting but just like thinking, I did that, like duh, but can't say any of it because he's too busy counting.
Yep, it's like shit. 16. So
Well, if he can't figure that out, he might just treat it like a weapon and just do martial art maneuvers.
Okay.
Wielding it.
Sure.
Going to like practicing forms and stuff.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a performance check.
Performance. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it one of my hard rolls. 15.
15. You start to get into a little bit of a groove, but it's not really you've never wielded a hammer before. Not like this. You've used it for some a little bit of light chiseling here or there. Like you've used a chisel in your time. You've never used it as a weapon, and the concepts of it feel weird and clunky. And you just can't quite get the rhythm that you feel like you would need to wield this appropriately.
I will say I am very familiar with using hammers.
For blacksmithing.
All the time, yeah, in blacksmithing.
But using a hammer and in conjunction with another tool to accomplish something is not something you're familiar with normally. You're not used to using it as a chiseling device. Like, you don't use that very often, with the exception of engraving.
Right now, I'm more using it like a
swinging the hammer
and a hammer.
Sure, yeah. It's not your usual fighting style, though.
No, but I'm practicing.
Yeah, you definitely do that.
Be the weapon.
And as you swing into the night, and everyone else, is there anything else anybody else would like to do before you guys rest?
Before Seti goes to bed, because I still have 3 third-level spell slots. She's very confused about what just happened and very frustrated that this thing that Cleary left her doesn't work.
She's RPing. You can't faceplant at her for RPing.
I'm not faceplanting her. I'm just like, oh no, it's coming again.
I've already got my mushrooms in my ears. I'm good.
This is really quiet, and it's like as soon as the dome is set up, she curls up in her bedroll, and maybe before drifting off, like even after people have fallen asleep, she will send a bunch of consecutive messages to her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry for how I left. I don't miss it there, but out here isn't better. Did you know when you had me what he'd use me for? Why did you two even have a kid? I suppose he's kept you informed. I don't know if you even care, or how much. I'm so sad, so lost. And I'll be okay, but I wish things were different. I could have used a mom.
Meanwhile, Propsy, right there.
That's it.
There's a moment. And then you hear, "Calm, child. I will try to make sure your mother receives the message. You should be aware communicating across universes is far more difficult than it seems. Relax. The boy cares for you deeply. That weapon he left you. You're struggling. A child plays with moonlight. Reach for the moon and grasp it. Sleep tight, Seti. And that's we'll end our session for tonight.
Lohisimos.
Did he call Cleary this like ancient being a child? A boy?
Yes.
That makes us like toddlers, right?
Yes.
Not even. That makes us fucking fetuses.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why all these big powers are like freaking out. Like, what the fuck? They're babies! How are we gonna survive? Why are these people stepping to the forefront of everything? They're babies!
Well, why aren't they there?
Because they're doing stuff, and you guys just happen to do things they haven't successfully done yet. You're accomplishing things
So
that...
how are we succeeding things that these massively powerful entities have failed?
So, you know the child safety locks you put on things? Parents can't open and all the kids just go boop!
If you guys remember anything Cleary said the last time, he was talking about a whole bunch of concepts to explain why they can't just deal with it themselves. But he couldn't explain it to you because your minds were not ready, is what he said.
My mind was definitely not ready.
Grim's mind?
Nearly enough mushrooms.
Grim's like, I don't really care. I just know there's...
Grim doesn't give a shit about any of this, to be honest. He has no interest in whether the world is ending or not. He just wants to not die. That's it. That's his whole motivation.
Why is Grim still with us? Yeah.
Because if the world ends, he will die.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So Grim thinks that we will successfully not let the world end.
Yeah, he thinks you guys are a decent chance, right?
If it means I can get more fractures and become like a demigod and stop the guy, then sure, why not?
I mean, you already got all your fractures. You don't need us.
I don't have him inside me, and I don't have him with me either. But
yeah,
still have to get to level 20 down.
Oh, he's just using us for XP.
Pretty much.
Nice to know he cares.
I mean, Grim he's only self-interested. It's just about his own preservation. That's his motivation.
But he's also kind to everybody.
He's not.
He's not evil or anything. He's just
he's evil.
Attached.
In that he would, if it meant him or somebody else, he'd choose him pretty much every time. But it's like his fear of death is so strong that it'll make him do stupid things that a good person wouldn't do. So. But anyway, I gotta go because it's getting late.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hopefully we'll get to play next week. I doubt it.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Well, hopefully we'll see you guys back here next week for some more Mysteries of Selindor. We love you guys. I hope you had fun. And remember, we did it for the rolls. Good night.